the link around. Okay, time to throw the link around. That's maybe functional things. Wait a second. There we go. Okay, now the front link around. Okay. Come on, sick board, work with me. Thank you. Stream announcements. Off topic. Summon the Watchers. Oh, what the fuck did I put that channel? Where is it? Yada 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 yada. Let's see. Whoop. I want to pull up in the day in order to bird site. Come on, load you fucking hell site, load. Okay, that's the link thrown around everywhere. Let's get this party started.
I have plenty of time. So,
Hi,
you're staying
Alpha.
here with me until I say you can go.
I'm the one who determines when I hit the Alpha. We already talked about this. Anyways, let's grab that. Just do my dailies real quick. Oh, I'm quiet. Hey, Odorf, give me a second. Might be my mic is in a weird spot. Give me a second. I might need to metaphorically hit the mic with a hammer. Okay, there we go. How's it now? How's it now? Better? Worse? Got a little bit of a frog in my throat as well, so that might be it. Who knows? Okay, glad to see I fixed it. Glad to see you made it too. Let me just quickly finish up doing my dailies, making sure I've cleared up my weeklies as well, and then we'll get this party started. Okay, let's kill. Any new NPCs in here this week? No, still Sophia and the Fissy. Okay, why is this screaming at me? Ah, yes, loot. Let's just slap this with a hammer real quick. Just go slap this with a hammer real quick. It's just part of my weeklies and all that I have to do. Hello, big worm fuck. You stopped being a threat like 5. Give me a second. I need to make my controller work. Give me a second. Fucking hell. Ah. Looks like a technogram? Yeah, it kinda does. If you think that's a technogram, you haven't seen shit yet.
No one. Still trying to run. I'd advise giving up. Your fate confirmed.
The hetero creatures from later on, the hetero creatures look a lot more grimy, I'd say.
Orders, please.
Clear out the obstacles.
I have. Ah.
I'd advise. No one can escape my bullets. Your fate confirmed.
But yeah, I can definitely see why. I can definitely see what you mean, Oldorf.
Still trying to run. I'd advise. Your orders, please.
There we go.
21 survived and destroyed all enemies.
Head pat the tiny lab experiment small. Okay. Hey, I did not do as well as before. Does even ask fuck this guy? No, it does not. Ugh. Did I forget to grab all my shit? I forgot to grab all my shit. But yeah, I'd say the hetero creatures are more obviously grimy than that worm guy. That worm guy's just a corrupted. Just a hijacked robot. Got all my shit for this. Not yet. Okay, let's check this. Done my shit in here yet? Yes, I have. Have I cleared this yet? Yes, I have. Say hi to Lamia. We're going to brief. No, wait. I've already used thrown out Lamia's stamina. I can't beat Lamia up with the playable Lamia. Unfortunate. Let's see. Am I missing anything else? Don't think so. Okay, now, main story. We should be good to begin Chapter 15, The Last Spark. Right under the rose. As long as we're on this ship together, nothing will remain a secret forever. This is going to be a cutscene chapter, which means lots of reading, which means... Where is it? Here. Which means I'll be right back. I need to grab my cough drops. Where the fuck did I put my cough drops? There they are. Okay, there we go. Cough drops acquired. I know, of course, that Plato's Atlantis never really existed. And for that very reason, it can never die. It will always be an ideal, a dream of perfection, a goal to inspire men for all ages to come. So that's why the symphony ends with a triumphant march into the future. The songs of distant Earth, Arthur C. Clarke. Oh, this is a bit of a change in format. Babylonia, 24 hours before Cerberus receives their mission. Having walked along the long, narrow corridor, Nicholas stands before the old wooden door at the end, and he pushes it open to enter the room. Oh, Nicholas doing shit that immediately means Black Ops. Unveiled before his eyes is a crass, tasteless, yet ridiculously luxurious study. Nicola takes a look around the room and frowns. Yeah, for reference, because it's been a while, the reason why this room here is crass and tasteless is very simple. Look at how much space this takes up and doesn't use. Look at the real wood. And remember, we are on a space station in a post-apocalyptic setting. Velvet curtains, chandelier, the long black walnut table. These are all trinkets from ages ago. To have moved these necessary items onto Babylonia during during an apocalypse is the cruelest mockery to those who are left behind. I think it's supposed to be like a type of wood or something. Yeah, it's a sticks tongue about back. I think it's supposed to be like table mid. They're using it like in the same sense you use like oak, whatever, to mean something made out of oak instead of just saying thing made out of oak. More efficient, but very, very wasteful. Because of Nicola's furrowed brows, the silver-haired man leaning back on the levered swivel chair has finally noticed his presence, and his body shifts. With his hands on the chair arms, Colin slowly turns around. Oh, it's this fuckhead. Heyo, world's most punchable man. How have you not been thrown out of an airlock yet? Ah, long time no see, my dear Nicky. No, that's wrong. What voice did I use for you? I cannot remember what voice I used for this fuckhead. Give me a second. Let me see if I can. What's the most punchable voice I can conjure on the spot? What's the most punchable voice I can conjure on the spot? Oh, this doesn't work. Fuck it, this one works. Hey, a long time no see, my dear Nicky. Colin's tone is fervent with a sense of joy, as if the two of them are actually old friends who have not seen each other for a while. Nicola's brows furrow further upon Colin's intimate greeting. Time has passed, and Nicholas, Stacy, and his stance are far removed from where they once were. Still, the disgusting contempt he feels about the man before him have not changed from his days in Kurono. Come on, stop staring at me like a mortal enemy. It's been so long. Take a seat and we'll catch up. Collins gestures to Nicola with a pleased motion, his tone frivolous and comical as if he is still speaking to his subordinate from Kurno instead of the chief commander of Babylonia. Not hiding his displeasure, Nicholas sits down on the other side of the long table regardless. I'm not here to catch up, Collins. What Kurno has been doing to Arcos has crossed the Parliament's line. P for Parliament and P for President, huh? Collins savors every word he says. Nicola's silence made Collins laugh. Times are changing, and we're now playing in space instead of on Earth. Folks like us managed to live this long because we know the rules, we follow them, and long before this mess started, we made them. Don't let me in with you. True, you've thrown away your past for a spot on the front stage as the dazzling chief commander, the boss soldier of Earth's forces. But you and I both know that a person's nature is determined by their upbringing. You can't marry who you are. Why else would you here before me as yourself instead of the angry soldier boy you are now? In this room, nonetheless. Don't tell me you just want to condemn Kurono's actions with a serious speech. Before Nicola can react, Collins has already interrupted him. Sir, I invited you, but you were the one who accepted the invitation. Here you stand inside my personal study instead of a proper conference room. You know damn well the nature of this conversation, still here you are. Colin's voice sounds like a venomous snake, its tongue flicking out by a human's ear, whispering. I offer you intel, and you repay me with clearance. Hasn't this been how we work together? Why are you acting like a stranger, dear Nicky? I've turned a blind eye with my authority as much as I could regarding you detaining a task force commandant. Understand this. I can take away your clearance in a moment if I want. Kurono is a shadow that can't go into the light. You wouldn't want your dirty laundry hidden all these years exposed in the sun, would you? Nah, you won't do that. You've surely passed the bluffing stage by now, Nicky. You won't go back on your word before you've gotten what you want. Your president is sentimental, but not you. The Grim Commandant is just leverage to you, no more important than any other Commandant you got. You're going to war to get one person back because you don't care. Nicola makes a light grumble. You bet your leverage on the right table instead of giving it away when you know everyone has their eye on it. My inaction and passiveness on this matter have caused Hassan's grievance. I have no interest in an open conflict with him. See, I like talking to you because you put logic before your feelings, unlike President Hassan in his crocodile tears. Nicola's expression shifts for a second. Collins does not notice it, however. I'm pretty sure Nicola actually likes the boss man. Also, when is Lucia going to finally stab this man in between the balls? He really fucking deserves to be stabbed in between the balls. You have no more clearance to hold on to our covenant. Even if I were willing to look the other way, neither the public nor the soldiers on the front line would tolerate it much longer. You're locking up the person who defeated the polyphage. The Grey Raven Covenant has become the symbol of hope to the public. They're more likely to believe someone they can see instead of your made-up accusations. Yo, chapter 15? Chapter 14, I believe, technically. Last spark. We are on the last spark. I'll be able to check the chapter number when I'm done here. But yes, welcome to the stream, Blue John. Oh, good night, good night. How? Rest well then, rest well then. How's it going? I thought you meant good night as in you're going. I'm doing well, I'm doing well. I apologize. I'm a bit of a death I said. I apologize. Yeah, how are you doing? I'm doing good. That's why I said you crossed the Parliament's line. Not every member gives a damn about the Grey Raven Covenant, but they all care about the Parliament's authority and image to the people. You've contained Arcos in the name of confined treatment for way too long. Colin shakes his head. Not long enough. I still haven't found what I was looking for. Ah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I definitely do read along. That's how I progress. I just play the game, read along the chapter. Yeah. The chapters in PGR can get very wordy at times. I completely understand the desire for that, John. Not long enough. I still haven't found what I was looking for. Confined treatment is nowhere near enough. I can't understand what your obsession is with the human covenant. Now, Nikki, you know damn well what it is. Nicola remains silent as Colin claps his hands, satisfied. Enough of the bullshit. I want to assign the Greater Covenant on a mission. We've detected Luna's mind activity on the surface. We need the Covenant to track her whereabouts. Nicholas' fists tighten. He does not agree with Colin's request immediately. What makes you so sure that it's Luna? The signal from Luna's mind activity is special. Even more so than the ascendant we once got. It's like tens of thousands of minds bundled together in the same place. She usually keeps hers pretty damn well hidden. We caught a glimpse last time when a polyphage was having her for dinner. Ah, God fucking thanks, Gabriel. Fucking Gabriel. So glad Alpha killed his ass. We've detected its signature again, and this time we need the Grey Raven Common to track it and find Luna for us. Okay, so this is right before the chapter before this one, I think. Well, the EX story before this, I think, technically. You don't have the clearance. Arcos is part of the military's task force. Commons assignments must be appointed through the system in the Operation Logistics Center. Which is why you're here, Nikki. A little clearance isn't going to stop our chief commander, am I right? With his eyes closed and a deep breath, Nicola turns Collins down resolutely. As you said, I'm the chief commander. I cannot treat our rules as non-existent. We spent so much effort rebuilding laws and orders in the world after the apocalypse. They are the framework upon which the world progresses forward. Break the rules once and you put a crack in the dam. Won't be long before it crumbles down and all hell breaks loose. Ah, you're starting to sound like your hypocritical president. But I know the truth. This is just my dear Nikki putting up a show. You don't give a shit about any of this. Neither you nor I am satisfied with maintaining this brief stability of the status quo. Be backed into a corner. This stability is just the calmness inside a coffin. Your ambition lies beyond this and all. Isn't finding a new way forward for humanity and destroying this false serenity what you wanted? Collins takes out a folder from a hidden compartment underneath the table as he speaks. It's an old brown paper bag, its edges so worn down over time that it looks like it'll fall apart upon touch. Colin throws it onto the table before him carelessly, however. The scent of rotting paper fills the room. Besides, I found what you've been searching for all this time, dear Nicky. Nicola's gaze freezes when it reaches the words upon the paper bag. His pupils shrink slightly. Stamped in red on the bag is the phrase, top secret. Difficult to catalog and transmit, physical means of delivering information have been abandoned by humans for the last 100 years, ever since entering the information age. Except for classified information. Most people choose paper to back up their secrets unanimously. Digitized information is easy to leak, and hard disks and CD-ROMs have a much shorter lifespan than paper. The shortcomings of a piece of paper are strengths when it comes to keeping classified intel. Staring at the date on the corner of the paper bag, Nicholas subconsciously reaches for it, but as he's about to touch it, a finger presses down on the corner of the bag, holding it there. Nicholas' eyes looked up from Colin's fingers to his face. Slight raise of Colin's mouth reminds Nicola of how he must have looked right now. Quietly, his hand withdraws from the bag. As I said, I cannot break the rules. The Grey Raven Commons assignments must be given through the Operational Logistics Centers with an official construct squad. The missing details also must be officially approved and logged. Then we'll make it official just the way you like. From what I've heard, you have a task force directly under you called Cerberus. It's a remotely connected team, very experimental stuff, and its captain is a construct from Kura now. Before he finishes, Colin gently lifts the corner of the bag with his fingers, showcasing his trophy before Nicola. Silence brews. Nicola thanks for a moment for coming to a decision. I'll transfer the authority to assign Cerberus to the Operation Logistics Center. The Grey Raven Commandant can be deployed alongside this squad. You can send one of yours to oversee the operation, but find someone with a cleaner resume. I don't want people complaining, and I don't want too much noise made. Just this once. When it's over, everything goes back to where they belong, including the Commandant. Satisfied with the answer he receives, Colin pushes the folder in his hands to the other side of the table before Nicola. Nicola picks up the paper bag, standing up and ready to leave. Colin stops him once more. What's still in that golden age trash that gets you all nervous? I had my technicians analyze it, but it's just some experiment data from the Science Council a few years before the virus destroyed everything. And this is a bit before the previous side story bits we did with 21 in Server Squad, where we went to Luna and Lucia's hometown, which had been taken over by the Ascendants to test Roland for some stupid reason. So we have met the person he's going to be using. She is quiet, but she's also a fucking bitch. He didn't send to use lingo you would understand, Dwarf. He didn't send a fucking Taffy or a fucking screaming stoner protagonist at us. Unfortunately, that would have made things a lot easier. Unfortunately, the son of a bitch here is not stupid. I had my technicians analyze it, but it's just some experiment data from the Science Council a few years before the virus destroyed everything. Dug up from the ruins by some guy, took a trip to the black market before ending up at Daedalus, only to be recycled by us. Things like this are dime a dozen. It might have been top secrets and cutting edge technologies back in the day, but they are as useful as a piece of paper in a time like this when everything has to start over from scratch. I'm just so damn curious. What's inside this that's got our Nikki here all obsessed? Ah, accidentally tabbed out, give me a second. Before Nicola answers, Colin puts a finger in his mouth in a hush gesture. This guy is just a fucking piece of shit. You don't have to say anything. Soon we will all find out. As long as we're on the ship together, nothing will remain a secret forever. Nicola tilts his head. that's the case, then everything about Kurono will not remain hidden forever as well. Oh, look at the smug grin on Nicholas' face as he says this. He is so smug about that. Collins ignores him and Nicholas steps outside the room. The door closes behind him. Babylonia, 12 hours before Cerberus receives their mission. I've brought the thing back. Nicola throws the paper bag he got from Collins not too long ago before Hassan. Hassan catches it and he immediately takes data from the bag and reads it carefully. Nicola's interesting. He's definitely well written. I'm not sure if I actually like him yet, or like him yet, or just acknowledge he's well written. I'm still undecided on him. I do know I want to throw Collins out of a window, however. Did Collins notice? No, I don't think he knew. He thought we disagreed and I was giving him the Grey Raven comment behind your back. I'm surprised too. I thought you'd reject me when I proposed this. You seem to value the comment a lot after all. Valuing Arcos doesn't mean I'll stay in a stalemate with Kurno forever. Getting stuck in an arm wrestle helps nobody. Not to mention they've been acting desperate. Being high profile and blatant isn't their MO. I'm worried that Collins has his hands on something big, something important enough that gives him leverage to escalate like this. They said they needed Arcos to help track down an Ascendant, but given the way a number of people are deploying, do you think they're truly hunting an Ascendant? Luna's an agent, but if you're hunting down a goddamn agent, you want to grab like all the fucking skilled concert squads, maybe a couple black op dudes to send them out in a search pattern, keep them in touch at all times, to be ready for them to start dropping like flies when the agent retaliates. Not this. Collins has his eyes set on Arcos right now, which means C must be an important part of their plans. Connect the dots, and what do you think we'll find? Nicola's expression turns gradually more solemn as Hassan speaks. Something that's connected to Arcos at this point in time. Are you saying that what they're after is... Nicholas does not need to name what they are after. She already knows the answer from Hassan's eyes. Do you mean I? The man's wearing an eye patch. Indeed, it's exactly what you think. Of course, it's only my guess. Regardless, we can't prove they got a hold of her. Not to mention that we have no idea what they need her for. We need to know what this all means, so we must act. You are our best option. If I compromise on the Raven Covenant, Collins might figure out that something is afoot. I have a couple ideas who that might be, but I'm not saying shit. But not me, is that so? Exactly. Your past makes him less cautious, and our usual disagreements have provided our plan the best cover. I always think that you're more cold and logical than me in some ways. But I have to warn you, Collins is not a fool. Even if he didn't notice at first, the moment I revealed my interest in that data, he knew what a trump card he got in his hand. He must have had a backup maybe for giving me the original file. I'm sure he had, but it doesn't matter. Collins' data is incomplete. He doesn't know the more crucial information hidden behind this file. And you're certain this intel will bring us what we want? Yes, I'm sure. To avoid suspicion, we had Murray retrieve a piece of information from Guest Vault when Huaxu hacked it. That information isn't complete, and neither is the one in Collins' hand. It appears to be a report on the zero-point reactor. As in, the reactor that exploded and let the punching virus out into the world in the first place? That zero-point reactor. The one that was originally supposed to power Babylonia. It is. These files are the regular data feedback sent to the science council by each reactor. But we've discovered the data reported by one of the reactors is slightly different. Based on Gestalt's calculation, the data was encrypted to hide a certain set of numbers. After we deciphered it, we discovered a set of coordinates hidden within. The coordinates of the zero-point reactor code-named Atlantis. Because our information was incomplete, we only managed to get the latitude and the altitude of the reactor. Hassan waved the folder in his hand. We deduce that the longitude is hidden in reports during the same period of time, which ended up being the one that fell in the Coolidge's lap. I don't understand why would someone encrypt the location of their own reactor, only to send that information out. It's just like the work of a spy. You're right. World government was well established by that point. There were no borders or separate governments. Why would someone from the Golden Age try to leak this information? Just because there was only one government didn't mean that there were no disagreements. Zero-point reactors represented the next energy revolution. Whoever controlled it could reshuffle the world order and control everything. Which was why they had to hide the location of their reactor. Their union was just a temporary facade. As long as people are unequal and resources are not divided fairly, there is no true union in this world. It's almost tragic, isn't it? Or if it's the people in the glorious golden age, or it's us on the brink of extinction, we still have the same struggle. We're still fighting the same fight. 15-2, strike. Earth, 2 hours after Cerberus' mission is abruptly terminated. Canines prefer to move in packs. Once separated, their survivability and strength are greatly diminished. Right now, Chrono is treating Cerberus as if they are real dogs. Worried that they would make a mess together or collude with one another, Chrono has separated the three Cerberus members for interrogation after setting up the quarantine zone. Crossing her arms, Vera does not change her response regardless of how the interrogator questions her. I told you we don't know who our mindless attacker is. It called itself Voodoo. It kept mumbling about a guy named Bonygut. It first attacked the Ascendant Roland before coming after us. Hi, Miho. Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it. Our local squad of utter fucking maniacs is being interrogated by the spooky mega corporation that does all the human experimentation crimes. Just after they finished their mission to what ended up being the doomed hometown of our main protagonist and her evil sister. And then they got jumped by one of the minions of the new big bad, Raphonigut, who's a fucking spiffy and also an asshole, but that fits because he's an ascendant. Anyways, that's all I got. Ask me however you want, but that's all I can tell you. What else are you expecting? Electron's behavior pattern? How the hell would I know what the punching virus has done to it? Based on the mission logs, you had disengaged the remote connection for a time not long after the mission began. Your track deviated from your planned route quite extensively afterward. Ah, Varys sneers. Planned route? What on earth is that? Our mission was to investigate what appeared to be Luna's mind activities and locate her. Luna being said protagonist is evil sister, I must note. Main character, I mean, evil sister, I'll note. Miho? If there was a planned route, why the hell would we need to locate her? Vera narrows her eyes. Cerberus accepted your assignment due to the Chief Commander's order, but that window closes when the mission ends. Now that you've terminated our mission has ended, so you have no authority over us anymore given the terms of our arrangement. We don't even have to sit here and get grilled by you. Understand this. We're staying here listening to your macho crap because we're in a good mood, not because we're afraid. I know your type, so don't think for a second that your scare tactics will work on us. The hostility in her voice as all the Kurno soldiers raise their weapons. Try her! Vera will have the time of her life cutting you bitches to bits. The red-haired construct stands amidst them proudly like a rose above its thorns. She has shown no signs of aggression. Her fingertips have not even moved an inch towards the hilt by her waist. Still, the threat she poses just by standing there can nonetheless make one shiver with fear. The red-headed death, someone whispers. Pharaoh tilts her head towards whoever mentioned her old nickname. She grins from ear to ear, almost in a teasing way. Ha! I haven't had that name in a very long time. How nostalgic. Vera raises her hand, and all the soldiers hold their breaths just from this one simple motion. Everyone is expecting her to draw her sword, but she does not. Instead, she slides a finger across her neck in front of the soldiers tauntingly. Do you want me to cut you down? Her tone is cold, unlike her expression. Chrono constructs interrogating her take a look at each other. The conversation is going nowhere. Continuing any further will only fan the flame. AKA Blop speak for fuck this shit, we're out. The Chrono soldier in charge steps forward. If you have a grasp on the situation more or less, a transport craft will pick you up soon. You'll have to make a detailed report back on Babylonia. I want to see my team. Our report showed that a member of your team, designation BPH-22. Oh, that's fucked up of you. You're using 21's serial number instead of her actual goddamn name, you fucking pieces of shit. Okay, that's it. That's okay. I'm gonna fuck. That's it. You, non-specific. You, generic Kurno grunt. You're on my shit list now. I'm going to have. You're on my shit list now. Don't forget that, buddy, because I'm not. Wait, forgot to read. Some abnormal fluctuations in her mind during the operation. This might be connected to the hostile force's abilities. We'll need to quarantine her in isolation and inspect her frame. Before we can confirm she is stable, we cannot end our observation in case something goes wrong. Given that all three of you have come into contact with a new enemy type, we cannot eliminate the possibility that you are all potential risk. See, that would be believable. If you weren't fucking Kuruno. Shut the fuck up and let her go. Each of you will be retrieved separately and you will gain your freedom after we make sure everything checks out. Right as he finally speaking, a blade that cuts. Metal like butter has already slid across his cheek. No one can react in time. The female construct is so fast that no one caught the moment she drew her blade. Despite being a support-type construct, her movements are as swift as an attacker. By the time vital fluid drips down the soldier's cheek to his shoulder, the chrono constructs around Vera aim their guns at her as if they had just been snapped awake. Her fingers on the triggers, they prepared to fire. Vera's blade does not shift a bit. As I've mentioned before, don't attempt to treat us the way you treat Grey Raven. No one understands you more than I do. Your bogus claims might work on those birdies, but you aren't fooling me. I know what you're planning. Lower your weapon, PN-13. I repeat, lower your weapon, BPN. Jesus Christ, you fuckers cannot help but dig yourselves deeper, can't you? Unfazed, Vera just stares at him. At the same time, 21's beast-like growl can be heard dozens of feet away from the other side of the quarantine zone. I want to see my captain. Do not come near me. Her growl spread to Vera's end sporadically. It is then followed by loud clashes and Noctis's yelling immediately afterward. Hey, I have no idea what any of your words mean. I said I wanted to see my boss. Do you hear me? Oh god, they pissed off the Sonar protagonist. Oh, you're trying to stop me, is that it? Oh no, they're trying to stop the Sonar protagonist. It seems the crew note has given her teammates the same speech. Vera's furrowed brows relax. Vera turns out to be the calmest one of them all. This thought makes her chuckle. But then, a voice in her ear stops her from smiling. This is not a voice her audio module picks up from the surroundings. This is a message directly transmitted to her audio-visual module. Encrypted channel connection identify case and confirmed. Mission ID 961211. Data transmitted to construct BPN-13's databank. X destination. 0, your location. X, your destination. 4.63 kilometers away. Two sets of coordinates appear on her visual module. One of them points to a location barely far away, while the other is less than 5 kilometers away from her. A field not far away from the outskirts of the town, trapped in the task force directly under Chief Commander, Vera has an encrypted communications channel with Nicola, who owns the only key. Hounds are a tool that helps the hunter hunt. She needs not ask nor think. Her only duty when an objective arrives is to make haste to the destination, retrieve the object, and bring it back to the target location. This is an order only she can hear, coordinates only she can see, a solo mission for Vera and Vera only. She understands immediately. She sees her blade and makes a circle around her thumb and index finger, placing it next to her lip, and she whistles. Sound penetrates and echoes through the quarantine zone. Captain! 21 has her arc backed like a trapped beast, her body tense, growling, ready to strike at the surrounding Kurono troops any second. On hearing Vara's whistle, however, she slowly puts down her hand, lowering her head like a tamed puppy. Head pat the Pharaoh lab child. I will listen. This is a signal Cerberus rarely uses. Seldom would people on the battlefield use such a loud and obvious signal. In fact, it does not entail any strategy at all. Cerberus never thinks about tactics or plans. The signal of theirs is simply used to issue a simple command. Shit, good dog. Farah, please! Cerberus is often ruthless on the field. Left unchecked, they will kill non-stop, usually resulting in matters getting out of hand. This is why Vera has designed to signal the command to stop. If anything, he is more akin to a leash that holds back the rabid dogs. Noctis also hears her whistle from where he is. He hisses before throwing the Chrono Soldier on his grappa's side. Why won't you let us act? What are you doing, Vera? The transport craft carrying 21 and Noctis have departed. Seeing them flying away, Vera turns her gaze to the rest of the soldiers casually. The soldier behind her pokes her with the muzzle of his gun, urging her to enter her transport craft. But in a flash of an eye, Vera spins around and slashes his gun in half. Who knows how long it'll take if I do this by the book. If you're signing me this operation, it's only fair that I get to call the shots on how I execute it. Oh god, it's gonna fuck with Bruno. Breeze blows past your face. Carries the earthly smell of fresh soil. Heyo, we're back to me. Back to me in the goddamn solitary confinement the bastards have been putting me in because they want the fuck with my brain. I can't wait to kill them all. Your nose scrunches. You might be imagining it, but ever since you connected with the pale, beast-like construct, your sense of smell seems to have enhanced. Huh? Question mark. What do you mean plugging my brain into 21 has side effects? What do you mean what do you mean there's side effects? What do you mean my sense of smell is better? Fuck, this just means Kurono's going to use that as an excuse to do more mad science, aren't they? Fuck. You're smelling the scent of dirt, freshly watered. This is not a scent you would smell in Babylonia, a metal-plated fortress. Weird soul magic bullshit, question mark? I have no idea! Might be psychic bullshit. I have no goddamn idea. Confused, you suddenly find the constructs outside the blast-resistant glass raising their weapons. But you've not done anything this time. Curiously, they are not aiming at you either. Instead, first you hear a loud crash. You hear a piercing slash after that. The sound of the flesh and bones in the metal box housing you being slit. An opening appears on the black box around you. Bright light immediately floods in. Without the blind light, you see a burst of violent red. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it were weird magic, soul magic bullshit. 21's clearly got some special weird shit underneath her hood if she's able to go through the whole memory flashback bullshit we did when we were going for that arc. Your eyes have adjusted to the dark for so long that they are not prepared for this burst of light. Your vision and mind go blank for a second. In that brief moment, the rosy red rushes to your side like a gust of wind. Like a gust of wind. Slippery like a fish and quick like lightning, she swings her blade unceasingly. The cold hue of her blade blossoms into a blooming flower in the air. Okay, so this is either Vera being a fucking maniac and busting me out, or Lucia has gotten done with Kurno's shit, tapped into her inner alpha, and is now murdering them. I hope it's Vera, because I don't want Lucia to get in trouble. The strike immediately follows another. Her move is so fast that the blade leaves behind a continuous trail of light. Everywhere this flash of thunderbolt touches, a Kurno soldier falls, but her blade does not stop as it flashes across the room toward the person mounted on the chair. Remember than you! The stream of wind carries reaches you before its blade. Close your eyes subconsciously expecting the pain to hit, but it does not. Instead, you hear a clang at the sound of metal hitting metal. Slowly, you open your eyes, your vision finally adjusting to the brightness. The first thing you see is the iron chain attached to your legs cut in two. Then you notice the blade that separates it is still pinned in front of you. The blade wield's force is so strong that its point is buried deep into the ground. The sword is still rattling, its hum lingering in the air. You follow the sword and look up, and you find a familiar figure standing before you. Okay, it's Vera being Vera. Understood. You cannot help yourself but utter her name. Ah, Vera! Vera, facing away from the light, stands there, the corner of her mouth gently raised. Hello there, Grey Raven Commandant. It's been a while. Her tone is calm as if you're greeting after running into each other on a lazy afternoon. As long as you can ignore the unconscious Kurono constructs under her feet. Her tone soon shifts back to the aggressive hostility you're familiar with. She's having fun, isn't she? Yes, yes she is. All the members of Cerberus Squadron are, touched in the head. I think Vera's just the most high functioning. What's wrong? Did I make you piss your pants? No, you just had me worried for a second that Lucia had decided enough was enough. Before you can answer, she is already tossing the constructs outside the opening, one by one with a sneer. A hound on a mission does not relax until all her objectives are filled. Why are you here? Having emptied the room, Vera pauses for a second. Slowly, she turns her head towards you, seemingly about to answer your question. But then the loud crackling of engines and distant causes her expression shift drastically. She stops smiling. Fuck. Sometimes it's amazing how dense you are. Oi, this is not me being as dense as the Soda protagonist, Vera. This is me double checking to make sure I'm not about to get my goddamn throat cut. She walks towards you as she speaks. Swiftly she retrieves her blade, nailed to the ground before cutting open another metal wall of the room. You find the cabin of a transport craft on the other side of the opening. Did those sons of bitches build a fucking... Pinch his nose. They built a fucking solitary confinement cell in a goddamn transport craft? This, if she's referring to a espionage dents, I'm double checking. I'm not dense. I'm making sure. Hey, you're not gonna stab me, right? This is a rescue attempt, not a stab me attempt, right? Right? Because if ever got told the frame Kurono for killing me, she to kill me and frame Kurono for it. I know for a fact she would do it. Seriously, these fucking fucks built a fucking solitary confinement cell in the middle of a goddamn transport craft. That's just fucking. That's both smart and fucking rude. This is. Look back at the forest bathed under moonlight south walls. The branches of the trees rattle in the wind. Blinks. They brought me down to earth. They brought me down to earth? Question mark? That is fucking stupid. That's just fucking stupid. All these Kurono dudes could not stand up to Vera. Ergo, if an ascendant rolled up filled with a desire to murder my ass, I would be dead. Dead. It doesn't matter that I'm in a transport craft. The ascendants can kill me faster than the craft can take off. Ugh. Mad scientist. Fucking corpos. Blinks. Be gone, bot. Be gone, bot. Be gone, bot. You try to show me viewers. I'm going to hit you with a manhammer. No exceptions. Fuck around and you find out. Babylonia would never waste that many resources on green spaces, not to mention simulating natural wind. No, I don't want to skip the story. Meaning I'm on Earth. Everything you are seeing points to one fact. You are on Earth. But why? You were in Babylonia before the remote connection. How are you inside a transport craft on Earth all of a sudden? Blinks. Oh, I know what these sons of bitches did. The solitary cell room was always in the goddamn transport craft. Then, when my senses were taking up the remote connection to Cerberus Squadron, they fucking moved me down to Earth without me, so I wouldn't notice and wouldn't try to make a runner. Ah, clever bastards. Stupid, but clever. Instantly, the sense of dissonance you have been ignoring finally adds up. The perplexing remote connection that took longer than usual, the fact that Rebecca was contacting you with comms after your first face-to-face meeting, the intermittent quakes beneath your feet. If I had to guess, they were probably hoping, North, that me being close to Luna's hometown and whatever thing these ends had rigged up that was giving off Luna's signals would give them better results for whatever bullshit they're trying to find in me. Because from what I can tell so far, whatever bullshit they're looking for is directly connected to the fact I plugged my brain into Luna's back during the arc when we blew up the polyphage. When Gabriel made his pet kaiju and released the red tide on the world. So I'm pretty sure that's why. It was to gather better data. Noticing a look of Ephany Vera shows you a look of disgust. Only now do you notice it? Come on, Greyraven Covenant. You've been transported to Earth since your first remote connection. They've replicated the dark room. They caged you on this transport craft to create the illusion that you were not moved. I've taken down most of the Corona constructs on my way here, but their reinforcements will arrive soon. Go close to the rear door. I've only torn apart this room, not the craft itself. I'm going to fly the plane now. Time to bolt. With that, she steps inside the cockpit, no longer communicating with you. The red-haired construct has been blazing around you like a fire, only until she disappears from your side that you can finally smell the scent of crossing swords she has left behind. The nose buff is very fucking weird. I'm still confused by the nose buff. Is that just going to be a thing that stays? Or is that temporary, or is that going to stay? The door to the study opens. All Collins does is raise his eyebrows. Despite his guest arriving unprompted, Collins knows that his address is only known to a select few, accessible to fewer. He's not worried about his safety. Someone who can arrive safely must be one of his. Indeed, it is Rebecca at his door. Her chest rises and falls from her heavy breaths, her usually elegant appearance slightly unkempt. It is apparent that she was in a hurry and unable to bother with how she looked. This is unusual for Rebecca. Someone like her cares for how she presents herself, unless things are so dire that she cannot afford to do so. Colin straightens himself and Rebecca has already arrived before him, her high-heeled shoes clicking. What was that you got from the Chief Commander? The Greyraven Commandant just got rescued by the Cerberus Captain. Your plan to sneak the Commandant away has backfired. Were they planning on taking me from Earth to a Black Ops facility or some bullshit like that? They were totally planning on doing that, weren't they? Good on Vera for getting my ass out of there. Colin pauses for a second before he starts laughing. I can't believe it! Nick, he actually did it! Stupefied, Rebecca stares at the man before her, who laughs so hard he almost runs out of breath and stands there confused. At least our socialite here stopped pretending to be neutral. Rebecca instantly understands that he isn't mocking us, he's been playing both sides. She takes another deep breath and continues. The only good news is that we have detained the other two Cerberus members. One of them was connected with the Commandant for a long period of time, and her mind showed unusual activities during the mission. As long as we retrieve her and analyze her mind, our mission is not a total failure, but why the hell are you not nervous at all? Cole's answered her to a question. What was the objective of this operation? This time it is Rebecca who pauses. The objective? She ponders. On the surface, it was to utilize the Greyraven Commandant to investigate what appeared to be Luna's mind activities and locate her. That was what she thought as well in the beginning. Things are apparently not what they seem. Collins promised to return the Greyraven Commandant to Parliament if he tried to move her behind their back, meaning he wanted to hold on to this asset. Chrono is not known for the leniency. Rebecca even thought that Collins would come up with more ways to come to the Parliament after the mission. The reason he has his eyes on the Greyraven Commandant is simply that the Prominent has the potential to connect to an agent without getting their consciousness corrupted. An agent, by the way, for Yumi here, because I think this is your first PGR stream we tuned into. An agent like Luna is a big deal ascendant, aka someone who has contracted the portable punish virus, aka which is basically the Maverick virus on crack, contracted it, not died, got superpowers out of it. Agents are people are those people, constructs, whatever, who can, robots, whatever, who can then go and give people superpowers. That's basically just the quick and nitty details. There's a lot more details to it, but those will come up as they come up. No, I don't want to skip. Of course, the Parliament would not believe him, but what is done is done. There was nothing they could do. Having organized her thoughts, Rebecca almost thinks that the whole operation was set up to test and capture the grave incompettent. We were trying to track down the agent Luna. Having said it out loud, a slight hit of inconsistency rings in the back of her mind. She knows very well that all Collins cared about is that agent. Everything that has driven him so far is connected to that agent. The reason he has his eyes on the grave incompettent is simply that the commandant has been to connect to her about corrupted consciousness. But she suddenly realizes one thing. She has the priority wrong. As important as the commandant is, Colin still cares about the agent more. But right now, he is ready to move heaven and earth just to keep the commandant in his grasp. Meaning... No, wrong button. So the more cards they hold in their hand, the better. But if they had to pick one over the other, they would have chosen the agent. And yet, Collins is in no hurry to track down Luna, the agent, even when her mind activity was discovered in that town. All they did was send a squad to the surface to investigate. Almost as if he cares not about finding the agent, instead the commandant's ability to sniff out an agent's tracks. That cannot be right. The agent's whereabouts should be the most important thing, unless the son of a bitch already has Luna somewhere. Suddenly, Rebecca connects the dots. She raises her head, frightened, and looks at the smiling, working Collins. His smile is still comical, but she can see the vileness behind it. Have you figured it out, Ardeel still so late? She tries to speak, but what she discovers is that her throat is dry from her realization. I chose to tell you the truth in the past because personally I believed you. Well, not that I believed you would not, you not to reveal our secrets to Parliament. I believed that it wouldn't matter even if you did. Collins repeats to her their past conversation, word for word. And for the rest, don't think about it. Just keep up your appearances and play your part as the one that dances with your colonel in the Parliament. It'll be beneficial to both of us. Rebecca nods tentatively. Collins, Collins sighs. I knew Nicky had something planned. I just wasn't expecting him to burn this bridge of ours to get what he wants. But this makes me even more curious. Doing so means they've got what they wanted. Something so important that they think it's okay to mess with us. What is it, Nicky? Does it have something to do with that intel? Collins is mumbling to himself, simultaneously looking like he is talking to Nicola across time and space. Rebecca, finally having her voice back, interrupts him abruptly. Then, what is your next move? Track the transfer crack, intercept it if we can, let them go if we can't. We're just going to let them leave? Say you have the key to a treasure chest, but not its location. And out of nowhere, someone shows up with its location, but not the key. Why be selfish and hold on to the key? Colin stands up and strikes the collar of his shirt, preparing to head out. Before he leaves, he looks back at Rebecca. And when they unlock the treasure chest and bring it back, we'll just take it, yeah? I hate him so much. Your message is recorded. It'll be delivered alongside the supplies during the routine airdrop. But we don't have a forward operating base there. Dropping supplies at entirely new coordinates could catch some people's attention. I try to conceal it with other operations as much as possible. Thank you, Celica. Excuse me? Instead of joking about overtime pay like she usually does, Celica just looks tired. Rather, everyone in the conference room looks tired. Go rest, Celica. Celica opens her mouth, wanting to say she is fine. But, seeing Hassan's look, she instead says nothing, departing the room quietly, leaving Hassan and Nicola by themselves. Transferring to Cerberus has caused Murray's suspicions already. He was the one who retrieved the first part of that intel. Knowing him, he must have a backup made. Are you worried that he give it to Kurno? He's a smart kid. He knows what's okay and what isn't. He won't take risks for something non-beneficial. He's a merchant, not a dishonorable trader. Nicola frowns. I hope you're right. I trust the boss man. He's the boss and you aren't. And in fiction, that usually means something. There's so many fucking story chapters. Okay, so 2 is 12% complete. Seaborn Graveyard. That's right, the city you were standing in was once a 0-point reactor. The bell-shaped nozzle ignites the oxygen fuel mixture, propels the aircraft. I love this game's music too much. Seaborn. I don't think it's Arknights Cthulhu Demons. I don't think it's those. I don't think we're that fucked. The transport craft lifts off at the speed of a rocket. The number on the altimeter climbs. By the time you soar above the clouds, moonlight floods the windshield, thus welcoming you to a whole new world. I really need to get back. I really need to get back into Arknights. I really need to get back into Arknights. And yet you are in no mood to appreciate the scenery or to celebrate being free. Your body is hit by a massive force several times your weight from the thrust. It presses against your chest, making it hard for you to breathe. The old wound below your chest aches once more, while your stomach feels like it's being tossed around. It's been quite some time since you last ate, fortunately. You would have thrown up already otherwise. Vera might be an exceptional fighter, but an excellent pilot she is not. The acceleration has barely affected the construct. Glancing at you, Vera sees your pale, wrinkled face. Instead of her usual mockery, she just makes a quiet for pulling up the craft for an easier climb angle. She has not slowed down the aircraft, however. The dots representing your pursuers are still behind you on the radar, the Mach number on the monitors rising with a clattering sound. Tough it out, we're fleeing right now, I don't have time to worry about your physical condition. Vera, if I die, this will be for nothing, Vera. Vera, Vera, I'm pretty sure I can't become a contract. You can't bring me back if I die. Where are we heading? That is what you wanted to ask, Vera, but you barely have the strength to open your mouth right now. Your pursuers' dots on the radars, however, are disappearing one by one. It seems that colonial forces are not as persistent as you would have thought. Something does not line up, but you will have to worry about that later. You tilt your head slightly and notice Vera's striking profile. Unlike everyone else you know, she has never treated you with kindness. If anything, she has directly or indirectly clashed with your team on occasion. Still, helpless and alone, your only option right now is to trust her. Nappy time. Fatigue and pain swallow you whole, and your mind gives in to darkness. You must have passed out once temporarily, because you find yourself laying down in the cabin when you open your eyes again. Vera kneels next to you, her hand holding an IV drop. The tube connects the bag in her hand, and the needle attaches to the vein in the back of your hand. Feel a breeze over your chest. Looking down, you find Vera's upper hand resting there. She seems to have been examining your distance while you were out. I'm not dead! Noticing that you are awake, she lifts her hand slightly, fingertip gliding to the slide along your ribcage and the center of your chest before pressing down with slight force. Oof. Piercing pain makes you curl up involuntarily. Immediately, your body shoots up on the floor, Vera's hand sliding off of you. You look perfectly fine to me. Hold this yourself. She throws the IV bag to you before heading back to the cockpit. The fluids in the bag are almost empty. You must have been injected quite a while ago. Moving the needle and wiping away the blood where it's attached, you find yourself much more spirited when you stand up. The plane is on autopilot right now. The low hum of the engine gently rocks you in a way that feels comforting. The radar is clear. Vera seems to have taken off your pursuers long ago. She is sitting on the pilot seat right now, polishing her long shirt quietly. What's going on? Okay, what the fuck is going on? No idea. I'm just following orders. Chief Commander asked me to get you out and take you to the designated location. Thank you. Vera's eyes widen for a little bit. She then narrows them again immediately and teases you. Do you think a simple thanks is enough? I saved your life, after all. You should present something more important than as a token of gratitude, shouldn't you? Something more important? Her blade swings towards you right as she stops speaking. She lifts the spine of her sword to your neck, lifting your chin ever so tight, lightly. Deadly weapon in her hand looks more like a cat wand that teases you right now. You cannot tell if she's being serious or simply joking. Yes! Like you yourself. Sigh. Anyways, where's my water bottle? Give me a second. Oh. Give me a second. I need to interrupt our brief moment of Vera being Vera to quickly go fill up my water bottle. I will be right back. And I'm back. Like you yourself, seeing your dumbfounded expressions, Vera grins mischievously. Don't take it the wrong way. It's just that everyone's trying to get a piece of you when I'm holding you right here. The spine of her blade slightly grates your chin. What a predicament. Don't you think I can trade you for anything I want right now? You won't. What a humdrum response. I recommend against trusting someone like me so blindly. Yeah, spooky blobs women make blob sounds, I know. I'm not the kind and loving type like those on your squad. You may be a maniac, but don't think you're heartless, Vera. How about those on yours? Her grin instantly disappears. Expressionless, she retracts her blade and saves it, the sound it makes almost piercingly painful. I think that was a nerve. It does not seem like she is going to answer you, but it is not difficult for you to imagine what 21 and Noctis are going through right now. Exactly. She's not heartless, but you're gonna be when she's done with you. Your heart's gonna be over there and there and there and there and there. It's gonna be on her sword. It might be on your chest, but that's not in the right spot. It's supposed to be in and not on. But it is not difficult for you to imagine what 21 and Noctis are going through right now. Enough of the expression. Of that expression. It's repulsive. My team isn't some loser squad like yours. They will take care of themselves. Despite her words, her slightly furrowed brows have nonetheless revealed her worry. Just like how you are missing the Grey Ravens, Vera must be feeling the same thing even when she refuses to soak before you. I think I have a word for what Vera is. Clear throat. Tsundere. Tsundere. Very edgy tsundere. There is only silence between you once again. The sky, the clouds, even the ocean are dull gray outside the porthole. The scene like coldness fills your fields of view. The aircraft you are on becomes the only living thing in this monotonous world, tearing for the sky towards the horizon. As your vision gets tired from the unchanging view, a small spike-shaped shadow pierces through the ocean's surface in the distance. It appears so abruptly that the shock has you fully awake. A second spike, and then a third one, gradually they unveil before you. Like witnessing the sunrise, something spectacular and overwhelming rises from behind the horizon and reveals itself. What rises is not a star, however. It is a man-made structure so breathtaking that it might as well be a miracle. The shadow looms larger and larger. Before you realize it, you are already gasping in awe. 6 metallic gray spires form a giant circle on the ocean, surrounding the taller 7th spire in the center. Just the sheer size of the shadow in this group of structures cast is enough to humble you. This this has to be larger than Babylonia. Holy shit. This has to be larger than fucking Babylonia. Like, look here, look at the passageways underneath the water. This isn't a bunch of smaller structures linked together. This is one absolutely massive structure hovering on the water. Vernay's mysterious island could not hold a candle to this floating fortress, even if it were real. Neither can I. No, you're right, right. A lot of it's underneath the water. Yeah, you're right. A lot of it's underneath the water. Good point. Good point. A lot of it's underneath the water too. Holy shit! This thing is fucking massive. Holy shit! Vernay's mysterious island cannot hold a candle to this floating fortress, even if it were real. You can hardly describe your reverence with words. You imagine this is what Western colonists felt when they first encountered the Mayan pyramids in the American forest. You instinctively hold your breath, stopping yourself from gasping again and fearing that any sound would awaken whatever slumbers here. I hope this isn't Relay rising from the oceans to announce the end of the world. We're kind of already busy with the punishing virus. The Last Spark, Chapter 15. You cannot begin to fathom what kind of radiation-absorbent material was used to turn this metropolis on the ocean invisible to your radar. Vera has only the slightest shift in her body when she lays eyes on it. Immediately she refocuses and heads for the display in front of the pilot seat, calibrating. You see the red you see that red beacon? You look to where she is regarding and you notice a red beacon floating in the water. A cube-shaped crate tied beneath it near the seaboard city's landing pad. Looking drastically different from the cold and silent city it swims beside, the beacon is easily noticeable. That's an airdrop beacon from the Chief Commander. We've arrived. Arcos, prepare to jump. Wait, what? Jump? Vera frowns and looks annoyed. We took a Colonel aircraft. Don't you think to try to track this plane's signal once they snap out of their snafu? I'll enter a new destination for the plane's autopilot system, but this will only delay air crew enough for a bit. Once they track down its wreckage and pull up its track record, they'll find us sooner or later. Then drop the damn thing in the middle of the goddamn ocean. Ocean, away from here. Stop standing here like an idiot and go find a chute. We're jumping. A white parachute opens above Vera and you like a flower blossoming. Yes, a parachute. Vera fastens you to her with a harness as if you were no skydiver, and you descend at the same time. Given the landing spot is only the size of the landing pad, I didn't want you to land in the ocean. I don't need the extra work saving you from drowning. You've had parachuting training, but you must admit the construct's artificial skin is way more sensitive to airflow and wind direction. The reaction and response speed is also unrivaled by humans. Controlling the steering toggles, Vera guides the two to the landing pad slowly and precisely. The city was impressive when you observed it from a high distance. As you descend, its shape becomes clearer and clearer. It's like an amalgamation of a fortress, a pyramid, a city, and a mountain range, but it's also so much more. There is nothing in real life that can compare to its majesty and mystery. It looks more like a myth realized by humans with science and technology, a legend that has come alive. Atlantis, resting upon the Atlantic Ocean. Like the lost city in those stories, it is a ruin without a sign of life. There is no activity you can detect here. No sound, light, electromagnetic waves, radiation, heat signatures. Nothing. Far to the east, dark, menacing thunderclouds are heading towards you. They block the sun with their enormous mass and cast a giant shadow where you are. A better metaphor appears in your head. A grave. It is a grave on the sea. When your feet finally touch the ground, you feel a sense of relief. Vera releases your strap the moment you land. She ties the strings of the parachute to her waist and swiftly dives into the ocean, swimming towards the red beacon. With her impressive strength, she ties the crate that is twice your size to the string soon after before pulling it back up to the landing pad. The crate is an airdrop capsule with the logo of the world government printed outside. You were familiar with it. Supply crates like this were airdropped from Babylonia back when you were fighting on the surface. Except this one has a few characters laser engraved underneath the world government logo. Garnet. What does that mean? Vera operates the identification interface that opens straight for a while before turning to you, frowning. Walk up. Vera's brows relax. Guess you want to complete more, hon. Only common to have the authority to open airdrop capsules of higher clearance. Apply face to interface. Complete the retina scan, confirming your identity. The sounds of gears turning, the supply crate opens up from the middle, its covers unfolding to the sides. Frame that looks identical to Vera's appears before you. Is this your backup frame? Vera does not answer you. She just stares at her other self in silence. It as quietly within the crate like a blade in the sea for a rose frozen in time, except each of its petals is stained with blood. An unmanned frame is a non-living thing after all. The lack of humanity is what makes it appear even more beautiful and deadly. Ah, we're using this frame, huh? How generous of you, Chief Commander. She walks to the frame, her hands on the capsule and her head lowered. All her usual sharp edges seem to vanish at this moment. Looking at the frame, she has shades of her past reflected in her eyes. Except the past does not seem to contain any good memories. Shrouded all over her is a more dreadful sentiment. Vera's red hair drapes down, tangled with the red hair the lifeless construct in the capsule. And then, are you going to keep staring when I change? She looks at you from the corner of her eyes, her gaze and tone playful. Oh, getting shy, are we? How adorable. I don't mind you looking. Moments later, it's done. You turn around. You find Vera in her new frame, holding her original one horizontally. What? Well, you should stare. Oh my! Seems to be a peculiar scene originally, strangely beautiful in a way. Vera places her original frame back in the capsule and stretches. Yeah, yeah, I think Vera might be horny, or she's fucking with us. It's entirely possible she's just fucking with us, not in that way, in the having fun, in the playing way. Vera places her original frame back into the capsule and stretches. This frame is well adjusted. I should be able to continue the mission right away. Old frame or new frame? Indeed. It's an old frame I've only used a couple times in the past. It doesn't leave the closet except for special circumstances. After all, even my support type frame is far superior on the battlefield to those losers. Right as he says that, the comms you both forgot about in the supply crate light up. Ah, it's the Chief Commander. She turns it on without much of a second thought. Nicholas projects and appears before the two of you. It is a pre-recorded message instead of a real-time call, however, so I don't get to bitch out Nicola. Unfortunate. Nicola's gaze in the recording lands directly on Vera, as if he had anticipated her standing right in front of him when he recorded it. Good job, Vera. I know you won't disappoint me. With that, Nicola disappears from the projection. Vera crosses her arms and remains silent. Replacing Nicola in the projection is none other than Hassan. Hey, yo, boss man! This time he's not conversing with Vera, he is talking to you. Hey, yo, boss man! If you are seeing this, and the server's captain has successfully rescued you from Kronos, allow me to say this. I'm glad to see you safe and sound, Arcos. If I had time, I would have loved to explain everything to you. The truth behind everything you've been through so far. But my time is running out. You must have realized by now the lengths Kronos would go to keep you in their grasp. They didn't even blink when they tried to sneak you away right under our nose after making a deal with us. They never planned to let you go, whether the search for the agent was succeeded or not. We have anticipated that, of course, but I apologize for not cluing you in earlier. It would have only burdened you should the moment arise. Not to mention that you already noticed one thing throughout this event. Hassan's gaze went more profound, but he does not seem like finishing his line. He changed the topic, as you have guessed. Time is short, so I'll save you the exposition for now. It doesn't concern us right now. The Cerberus captain used to be standing on the seaboard metropolis in the Atlantic Ocean right now. I can only pray that it's true. I believe the coordinates we deciphered are correct, and I hope our airdrop beacon has landed accurately. If you are indeed where I think you are, please take a look around you. You are standing on the greatest legacy left behind from the Golden Age right now, Arcos. Or maybe one of the greatest wonders of all of human history, even. This was where that glistening era ended and the dark age of the punching virus started. You can probably guess what I'm about to say. He sighs. That's right. The city you're standing in was once a zero-point reactor. Wait, the entire city? Atlantis. I actually have this frame on my lightning team. She's the Meta Lightning Tank. She's very fun. Also, Vera uses that pole exactly how you think she uses that pole. That spear exactly as how you think she uses it. I know what you're thinking, Arcos. Uh, we'll get a better look at it. We'll get a better look at it once we're done. Once we're done with the cutscene. But the formal weapon classification, Dwarf, is Banner Spear. It's a Banner Spear, technically. Also, she's a lightning frame. I'm pretty sure the spinning ring has something to do with how to do with her lightning bullshit. We both know that the punching virus first appeared within the chamber of the first zero-point reactor before spreading and infecting the whole world. That's right, the first zero-point reactor. It's not wise to put all one's eggs in one basket. Given their political wisdom, the people in power during the Golden Age didn't gamble all they had in one reactor either. They had built other reactor cities. You're standing on one of them right now. Zero-point reactors were the most hidden secrets back then, and they still are. Information about their interiors and their whereabouts are still highly classified. Which is why we lost all information on them when the punching virus broke out and created a fault line in civilizations. But we finally obtained the location of one of them through special means recently, which is where you are now. Hassan pauses when he says the word means. This seaborne reactor is codenamed Atlantis. Consider it part of Plato's Utopia. It once contained humanity's hope for utopia, after all. Water required. Thankfully, we are surrounded by water. After the virus broke out, we lost most of the cutting-edge technology developed back then. We have no idea what caused the Palising virus to spread or if its existence was related to the zero-point reactor at all. Because of how classified this information was, the world government has even lost all research data on zero-point energy. Without tracing how it started and understanding how it works, we will never find a way to actually counter the Palising virus. But the first zero-point reactor was burnt down when it unleashed hell on Earth. And although all the reactors had an outbreak at the same time, due to the differences between their research progress directed to something else we don't know yet, Atlantis is still intact. We need you to investigate the reactor servers, Captain. It might not have progressed the same way as the first one, but we are needing more intel desperately. So, find out as much as you can. This is a special operation that only you at this moment in time can do. You and the Captain are in a very peculiar situation right now. If Colonel's search for Luna was a legitimate operation, then the server's Captain's actions and rescue are no different from treason. But Kurono's move was no standard operation, and trying to take you away from Babylonia has caused an uproar. Given how messed up and tangled everything is right now, there is no such thing as legitimate anymore. So I've decided that this is a junction point where we bring you back on the right track. South Babylonia is but a shadow of the human world in the past. The complexity of the human heart has not diminished a bit, surface or in the air. There are too many people with secret agendas in the rise and years up here. Sending a team to Atlantis directly from Babylonia would have alerted people we don't want to alert. That's why I decided to take advantage of the fact you're already on the surface to have you in charge of this classified operation. The brighter the light, the bigger the shadow it casts, but it also means that troops are better concealed inside. If everyone has decided to place their bets on you, then let's go all in. For now, you are a fugitive and a mission operator. Your detour won't be in vain, of course. I have a hunch that whatever you discover here will impact Babylonia's course of actions. The future of humankind, in other words. That renown will be more than enough for us to put you in a spotlight before the public. And if I'm in the goddamn spotlight, then Kurno cannot fucking disappear me with their fucking Black Ops bullshit. I'm catching what he's putting down. In turn, you no longer become a chess piece between Babylonia and Kurno, senseless sacrifice and are endless stronger. You will be safeguarded by the people's gazes, and you become their beacon of hope. It's the best. I can't tell if they're being sarcastic or not, Dorf, but considering how tightly classified the reactors are, I'd say this is very good intel. I'll wait for your good news at Babylonia. Ashton disappears from the projection, and Nicola returns. He's explained everything, so I'm not going to repeat it. Long story short, I decided to loan you Kurno, but I also had an insurance policy. It's the server's captain standing right next to you. He turns to Vera and continues. I know that Garnet isn't your favorite frame, but this is an emergency. Use it to protect the grave and Comet, complete the mission, and bring me a win. He's so fucking smug. I'll guarantee your team's safety. That is my promise. That's all I have to say. The comms turn off as he finishes. Vera sneers after hearing everything. Seems that not only do I need to bring you back in one piece, but I also have to take you to find something about the zero-point reactor. Seems that way? Nicola is one demanding bastard. Vera does not even bother to call her superior by his title at this point. And what are you gonna do? What can I do except for following orders? Maybe you don't understand their subtext, so here's your translation. When you're on the run, Kuruno needs you so they won't hurt you, which means that what's happening right now is traitor servers captain kidnapping the grave and Commandant. The only way I justify this as a classified checkup from the chief commander is if we accomplish the mission and I bring you back. If we're intercepted or captured in the process, I'll take the blame for everything. That explains the Garnet frame. The hostile they're anticipating is... Vera closes her eyes, seemingly remembering some unpleasant memories. She sneers. No time to waste. We need to get going. I think I know what she's referring to. I think what she was going to say is the hostiles they're expecting are other constructs. Right as she says that, you feel an intense quake beneath your feet. It is no simple tremble. It feels like an earth-shattering quake, and for a second you feel like the whole world is spinning and shaking, as if an endless herd of wild beasts is sprinting on the surface, or a giant is waking up from its slumber to stretch. The calm surface of the ocean is now replaced by violent waves. No, More precisely, the city underneath your feet is now sinking into the sea and destroying the raft of the ocean with descent. Oh no, that's not good. Water is now invading the city. Oh, that's not good. What the fuck is going on? Vera does not answer you. She just grabs hold of your arm and pulls you behind her. Her body is tense like a guard dog sensing anger. You still don't understand what is making her nervous and defensive. A swarm of corrupted follows the invading waves and appears around the landing pad, climbing up from the sea. Oh boy. Oh boy, fuckers, time to kill them. Damn, the city's so pretty. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this Pokey's. I'm pretty sure the circle is for focusing the electromagnetic stuff. Anyways, how the Garner framework is very simple. Free ping, then a basic attack gives me electric charge. Once I have electric charge, I can do it. I can hold my basic attack to do a lightning fall, which is a charged attack. The more each charge I have, doubles the attack's damage. Anyways, let me show my favorite move reverse. Let's do it again. For her ultimate, she just fucking eats it. Very stylish movements. Saving me a full charge for the next encounter. But yes, he just has a move where just spins herself around with her goddamn spear. It's fucking amazing. Oh, so this is Atlantis. Looks quite different from my look from the sky. Hey, don't go wandering off. I'm not taking responsibility if you carelessly get hurt while you're busy being mesmerized by the view. Huh, wait, I just realized there's a goddamn blade on the end of her spear. The water in the fortress over there.
Even victory itself has to yield to me. What do you say?
Oh wait, I think the spinning ring is no. I mean on the end. I mean on the end that doesn't have the pokey bit. There's a fucking stabby bit. It has two stabby bits. Also, I'm pretty sure now that I'm actually seeing the spear in action again, I'm thinking the spinny bit is where the banner is projected from. It's like a hollow projector or something. After defeating the last corrupted on the landing pad, Vera relaxes for a second. But the city does not stop sinking when the last corrupted is defeated. There is only one possibility. The city sinking is not related to the corrupted attack. Vera takes a look at the design of the landing pad and the structure of the city around you. I see. I was wondering how such a large structure on the ocean could hide so well. Optical camouflage, radiation shielding, radiation absorbent material, and a submerging mechanism? What a bunch of mad scientists. Like a submarine? Exactly like a submarine. But what triggered it? Is there someone else here apart from us? So, enemies? Those crab-like corrupted sub-industrial underwater mechanoids. But I don't think they're smart enough to trigger the mechanism. That means someone else visited this place apart from us. The sensation of being observed in secret sends a shiver up your spine. Barry glanced at you before stepping on the passenger head, red ponytail swinging across the air in a graceful curve. Stay close. Wherever they are, we're going to drown and die here if we don't find the entrance to the city before it fully submerges. Oh, and forget, I'm not gonna die. Oh, I forgot, I'm not gonna die. Duh. Can't promise the same for a frail human like you, Arcos. I'll find our objective before that happens. I hope you're not all talk. No longer responding to Barrett's provocation, you turn to the seaborne city in the distance. Deep inside, you suspect that this will not be a simple and quiet investigation. Nah, that'd be too easy. Entering the city. They really like this pick, don't they? Long time ago, before the apocalypse. Like everyone else visiting the seaborne city for the first time, Lustrous is trying to view it and soak it in entirety. The Golden Age is the crown, and this is one of the brightest jewels upon it. The main island glitters under the sun in pearl white and astonishing. It looks wholly as if it is from another time. When Phoenician merchants passed the Aegean Sea in the purple-filled ships, and witnessed sacred flame burning the Acropolis of Athens, they must have felt the same way. What a beauty, isn't she? Lustrous does not respond. She's completely focused on the city itself. Foaming waves crash and roar around the island. Every second, billions of gallons of water rush underneath the island as designed, driving the massive tidal stream generators. So that's what it's powered by. Clever. Generators power the scattered tall buildings on the island. Windows light up in dense rows like stars falling on water. Traffic between the city center and the border is constant. The light beams shot into the sky from the ring's tape-submerged satellite city, disappearing before reaching the clouds with the help of optical camouflage. Supply ships from orbit land directly on launch platforms everywhere. With a decent shielding, infrared is undetectable 2 kilometers from the city. Fighters and ships pass by the city, completely unaware of the wonder next to them. It hides in the ocean, but also illuminates it. A lighthouse beckoning humanity's future, standing right here, completely unknown. Lester thinks herself someone who is unmoved by wonders. She has always been irrational, so much that she has been called cold by others. But the moment she steps foot on the landing pad, standing before the seaborne city, she finds herself reconsidering her stance. Her heart is thumping wildly. She recognizes that she is emotional right now. The adrenaline is pumping out in her body, making her heart beat harder, increasing the rate of her blood circulation. Blood rushes into her heart like the water rushing into the tidal stream generators. The years are turning at remarkable speed, both inside the city and inside her brain. It's not astonishment she's feeling right now. It's something else, something more particular. Her guide has misunderstood her brief silence. He thinks she is dumbfounded by Atlantis like every other newcomer arriving here. Stop gawking, catch up. Pretty bad luck you arrived on Submergence Day. It's the fishing season, so we're getting more boats hanging around this part of the sea. Optical camouflage won't be enough, so the city will be submerged for a month. Taking you to the main city, most of us will work inside the chambers there during submergence. Don't worry, the space is much bigger than you could ever imagine. The supplies will stock like usual. You won't feel any different. I recommend looking at the sun one last time. It might be the only thing you'll miss when we're down there. Lustrious does, she says, and turns to look at the sun one last time. Giant ball of fire hangs at the edges of the sky. Lustrious does not feel a thing when she looks at it. She knows how people usually refer to it, earth-giving, life-gracing, life-giving, more or less. There is nothing new about it. But to her, that has always been a ball of energy. Inside, nuclear fusion is constantly. The energy it generates every second is enough to sustain the entirety of Earth's civilization for nearly 100,000 years. It is unfortunate that humans cannot conquer the sun the way they did the moon. The distance between humans and the sun is way too far. They have a more daring option for now. More ambitious than conquering the sun. 0-point energy. The source of the sun is simply nuclear fusion after all. It means that it requires a fuel source at the end of the day. But not ZPE. If they can extract it, it will revolutionize humanity's understanding of energy. All matters can become energy. She's about to become one of those who seek this path. That is why her heart is thumping. Humanity no longer has to conquer the sun. Humanity is about to surpass the sun. Lustrous retracts her gaze, turning it to the staff waiting by the ferry boat for her. She walks towards him, no longer turning back. Next to the landing pad is a canal connecting the satellite city and the main city. A boat commonly used to transport goods is parked right next to it. Farah takes a look at the boat, surprised to find that it can still run. The equipment here is surprisingly well preserved, unlike the ruins left behind by the punishing virus in other cities. Farah jumps on the boat and you follow suit. Not long after you start the boat, loud noises appear around you. Corrupted coming from the sea. Farah, kill! Looks like we won't be bored this journey. I can kick them? Oh, my apologies. Idiot and corrupted are not allowed to board this boat. Yeet. My boat, get off.
Go ahead and struggle, you piece of junk.
Get off.
Come on, keep them coming.
Get off.
Go ahead and struggle, you piece of junk.
My boat, get off. Get off my boat.
Wherever I stand,
Get off the boat.
my back.
Boat. Yes, boat. Get off the boat.
Go ahead and struggle, you piece
This
of
is a
junk.
corrupted free boat. Get off. Yeet. Get off. Yeet. Commit die. Oh, there's a lot of you fucks, aren't you? My boat, not yours. Not.
Go ahead and struggle, you piece of junk.
Yeet. 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 Time to play Tohu, coach. I suck at Tohu, though. Does the ultimate kill them? The ultimate does not kill them, goddamn.
Enjoy crushing every one of you to pieces.
Yeet. Ah. So many bullets. Yeet. Get off my boat. Get off my boat. She's mine, not yours. Ow. Get off. Mine, not yours. Fuck off. Get off my boat. Get off my boat.
Struggle, you piece of junk.
Get off. Get off. Get off. Oh. Get off. Get. 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 Stop. Stop showing up. There's.
Wherever I stand, my back.
Give me bitches to kick. This works.
You dare get in my way.
Off my boat. Off my boat. Out. Off my boat. Off my boat.
Wherever
Fuck you.
my back.
Fuck you. Off the boat. Fuck you. Get on the boat so I can kill you. Get on the boat so I can kill you. Get on the boat so I can kill you.
Piece of junk.
Stop shooting me and fight me.
Go ahead and struggle, you piece of junk.
Yeah, surfing asshole, come here, I wanna kill you. You look like a glossy. You look like fucking a glossy's mech. That is not a compliment. Commit die.
My back.
Ah, is that it? Vera, don't tempt fate. Vera, do not tempt fate. A corrupted tries to sneak up on you from behind, but Vera nails it to the metal wall of the boat with her banished feet before he can even touch you. Having made sure that it is no longer moving, she kicks it off the boat. He's corrupted. Some of them are not mechanoids in Asia City. That's strange. That's the case. Where the hell did the corrupted even come from? She's not Remy. She's not Remy. That's the reference you're making. She's not Remy. I see no bat wings on her. That's strange. If that's the case, where the hell did the corrupted we encountered come from? Storms of corrupted are approaching the city, surrounding it orderly. Just the sight of it is enough to make one shiver. Vera, do a Drakengard protagonist and kill them all. Ah! Okay, to be fair, Dwarf, I was in the Tohu mood because you mentioned Tohu, and Ermilia's ability is to control fate. We just never see her use it. Common fan theories because she's using to keep flame from blowing shit up. But but yeah, I feel dumb for not noticing that. I feel dumb. Return. 4 hours before two Babylonian visitors arrive on Atlantis. Another uninvited guest is also visiting the city. She arrives from the depths of the ocean, and being the coward she is fought along all the corruptions she encountered on her way here. She looks like a returning queen with her army behind her. But Lamia knows that she is no queen. Heyo, it's the Fissy! Fang thinks she's a parasite. She does not despise it. That is how she has survived until now, after all. When everyone she depends on has left, she is forced to think for herself. Is this it? Hail, Fissy! Head pat the Fissy! Head pat the Fissy! When her feet touched the surface, a sense of nostalgia and strangeness hit her. That guy didn't lie. I've finally found it. The mermaid climbs up the ruins, carrying a cube. With this, I can finally get what I want. She has no idea how long she has walked along the ruins in silence, since she's climbed out the collapsed opening. Finally, she sees that familiar robot. Lamia stumbles and kneels before it. I have it! The robot extends his arms, ready to retrieve the white cube in Lamia's hands. But she suddenly withdraws her hands and holds the cube in her arms. Are you backing out now? No, no, since you know so much, can you help me with one more thing? Oh? I've been trying to find a place, but I've forgotten so much. I don't remember where it is anymore. She lowers her head. Tell me what then want and hand it to me. Lamia clutches her head with a hand. An unclear number keeps appearing in her head. Seems like a piece of important information engraved in her mind, scratched repeatedly. The whole number inaccessible to her. She can only recall the first half of the numbers no matter how hard she tries. No, not a number. A set of coordinates of what she does not remember. All she knows is this very important place, a place she must turn to, a place of her obsession. Can I trust you? Of course, I will do my best. Now hand that to me, and tell me in detail what you want to know. The small robot's eyes listen. He is curious after all, but what more he can learn from the desperate ascendant before him. Graveyard for the arrogant. Oh hey, I get to use my team. We're bringing out Alpha, Rosaria, and the Justice Judy. So we actually haven't seen her on screen yet. Her arc's pretty late. It's the second, the newest one out, so it's gonna be a while before we see her. But she has a stand. That's her gimmick. Her gimmick is she just has a fucking stand. The pyramid shaped main island is superimposed with a large circular chasm where water pours down its edge and forms one majestic annular waterfall, plummeting into the seemingly bottomless abyss. Wide roads connect the main city and the six towering gray spires around it, still standing steadfast despite how long they have been abandoned. After defeating the corrupted, your boat enters the main city unscathed. Years have passed, but the paint from the Golden Age has yet to fade. The densely packed high-rises almost cover the sky, but their windows no longer look like stars. The closer you approach the city, the more intense the sense of dread. The six spires around the city are six towering tombstones, save for the lack of epitaph. Everywhere you look are the marks left by humans, but the city feels lifeless. Time has frozen in this place, history has stopped within these walls. Atlantis has forgotten the world, and the world has forgotten it. You leap off the boat. Pharaoh walks ahead of you. Are you alright? Pharaoh has looked miserable ever since receiving the message from Hassan. Hearing her questions, he turns around. Huh? Are you seriously trying to take care of others' feelings when you can't even take care of yourself? How about you stop wasting time talking to me and start trying to find the intel they want ASAP? Hell, how are we supposed to find the precise thing they want in such a large city before it sinks? 21 and Noctis. What about them? You're worried about them. Vera pauses. She turns around again, her usual gaze piercing, her usual mockery absent. The chief commander said he'd protect them. Do you really need someone to spell it out all to you? Don't you understand the subtext? I find that talking about problems helps with them a lot, Vera. Nicola wasn't giving me a promise, he was giving me a warning. He was warning me not to betray him. With that, you suddenly grasp what she is talking about. The chief commander is different from Kurono. Do you honestly believe that? Stop with your bullshit. Lee's on your team. You must have heard him talking about Kurono and me. I was one of Kurono's. I got transferred to the task force later. Do you know how I ended up directly at Nicola's command? She likes the term subtext, doesn't she? She does. She really does like it. Because he was one of Kurono's too. It's not a secret. People from his generation know it full well. Most of those who don't know don't say a damn thing. It's not something worth celebrating, after all. So, understand this. The Parliament is the same as Kurono fundamentally. Perhaps they've actually lead different. But given everything you've been through, how virtuous do you think the Parliament can be? The Parliament and Kurono are in a deadly game of chess right now, and we are their pawns and bets. I suggest you focus on how to save yourself from this deadly little dance they're doing first, instead of blindly trusting those in power. The frame I'm using right now is called Garnet. It's designed to fight constructs, to eliminate traitors. Unlike the Purifying Force, this frame isn't even registered in any system. Sending it to me can only mean one thing. The Chief Commander believes that our enemies this time are the Kurono constructs. Can you justify to yourself that the Kurono constructs are not part of Babylonia? What's the difference between what we are doing now and those civil wars the humans had back then? At the end of the day, they picked me for this mission simply because they didn't want to get Grey Raven's hands dirty. Before she could finish, you sense another intense tremble beneath your feet. The corrupted hiding in the shadows reveal themselves. Stay back. She's very cynical. It makes me want to give her a hug.
Follow orders and bring light to darkness.
Yeah, Justice Junie. Move, I don't have time to waste on you.
Restore or drop your veil of ignorance. Look into my eyes. Lose yourself.
This unusual behavior and abnormal corruption level. I was right to say they are newly corrupted. You should hurry up. Where are we going? Still thinking. Let's get rid of them quickly. See, for the outer coating of this building. Looks like these isolation devices are still working. You guys, too. Corrupted alone, they'd kill them. Excaliblast, bitches!
The flames of the abyss will end it all.
Die! Prepare for the next wave of enemies.
How is that? Had enough of my power?
Nope, I'll never have enough of your power, Alpha. This isn't ending anytime soon. The two of you take down another wave corrupted and Vera's frame is overheating in a continuous intense fight. Get indoors. Vera immediately understands what you mean. She picks you up and carries you over her shoulder, leaping into a building. The corrupted pass by the building, unable to detect your signals. As you have guessed, almost all buildings here are covered with radiation-absorbent material built with special substance to isolate most usual signals. They are nearly invisible to a machine's eyes. Having gone through this immediate danger, Vera relaxes her tense self and sits down, leaning on the wall. There's a deep cut on her arm, vital fluid slowly dripping out from the wound. She got it earlier, protecting you. She keeps saying she does not care for your safety, and yet you are unharmed. Saved from being exhausted for the difficult journey, she has kept you protected. Are you okay? Do you think I look okay? Now shush and let me cool down. She leans on the wall, her artificial skin is starting to turn red. You? Before you say anything, Vera gives you a stare. If you ask me if I'm feeling alright again, I promise I'll throw you into the ocean. You remain silent for a long time. Having cooled her frame a bit, Vera takes a deep breath and starts treating her wound. Like humans, most of construct's wounds are not lethal, while also unlike humans, their wounds do not heal themselves. Do you need my help? No, you'd make it worse. Vera quickly stops the bleeding. You're surprised to find her technique no less delicate and skilled than Liv's. SKC vibes. What's that? What are those initials again, Dwarf? My brain is ditzing. She fixes herself in no time. I can help if you need me. Is this the true measure of a chief? The true measure of a chief being relentless or having incredibly thick skin? It's called me being extremely stubborn and believing in you. Get used to it. I'm gonna keep doing it. She looks back at you and this time she speaks unprompted. I think that everything we're doing now is stupid and meaningless. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Small knife creature. Now I understand. The Parliament, Kurno, and the Smithson are all stupid to their core. All those calculated men are so damn stupid. They will not stop fighting each other even when everything is at stake. I am stupid too for telling you this. You're angry. Vera looks up. Of course, of course I'm angry. Not just at all of this. Angry at myself for having to do it anyway. Has you ever remembered so little, or are you just so damn naive? Nah, neither. Neither. I just believe in one very simple thing. If things can get worse, that means they can get better. Everyone knows the Punising virus comes from within the zero-point reactor. We're already paying the price and look where we are. How wrong if they want to have us investigate a place like this. They don't know how the world ended. Do they want a sequel already? She closes her eyes. Soldiers crying on their deathbeds, the comrades falling before her eyes. Remembers the past and their pain flood her mind. I thought the Parliament would be better than Kurn at the very least. Surprise! They're also morons who tempt fate. Poking at something so dangerous just to counter the opponent. Do you think we should leave zero-point energy alone? I don't think, I know it for a fact. Can you deny that it was what started all this? You cannot refute her words. That is a fact, like she has said. Humans have long died on the road to their ambitions. The city is just a graveyard to their arrogance. Give me the cards. Never journey, Atlantis lived, and so did they. The 19th century, a textile factory in Manchester kickstarted the age of steam, the first industrial revolution. Mustard's release at the zero-point reactor in Atlantis will kickstart the next industrial revolution. The beds in Manchester were never cold. When the workers woke up to work, the previous shift returned home and slept. Similarly, the lights never dim. Machines never stop running in Atlantis. Researchers travel between the laboratories and their dormitory in a straight line. Congratulations on becoming the research director, Illustrious. But if I may, you're already 3 minutes late on your first day. The voice recognition of the system AI was way too slow. It stopped me at the door for over 10 minutes. You should reprimand the logistics staff for this. Give me a second. base of the brain built with metal and flesh. The devices here being cells, the wires, veins, the optical fiber nerves to serve as the hippocampi, the endless streams of data and code slots. Its head lifts proudly in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The human decider about the nutrients it needs to work and sugar and amino acid it requires to think. Research does not stop for anyone. To Atlantis, the zero-point reactor is bigger than the world. Anyone who cannot advance the research will be sent back to the mainland, living the rest of their lives monitored, and in a few hours those vacancies will be filled. Lustrous has never seen anyone that left to return. This place is cruel, metabolizing constantly. Entering the conference rooms, you already notice a few familiar figures gone and new faces have taken their place. She is used to it by now, never showing a hint of hesitation. They are not humans in her eyes, but gears of the city. Cough, cough, Project Moon, fucking Nest vibes, cough, cough. Let's start our morning meeting. Are all departments here? Everyone nods. No one sitting there even thinks that their research at the time would lead him down anything but a path of light. Two sides of the corridors are lined with unlit laboratories. Equations written years ago still linger on the yellow-tinted whiteboards. Dried ink turns to dust with the slightest touch flaking from the boards. The empty offices are tidied and organized as waiting for the department researchers to return to work. A thick layer of dust on the tables and the floor suggests that it has been a long time since someone visited. There's but the slight rustling of air on the ventilation ducts inside the data center. Servers grow on the clean, smooth floor like cubic trees, unaware that the time has passed. Only the red low-wattage emergency lights are on. Dimly lit yellow arrows point to the evacuation on the crossroads. There are no footprints. Everyone in the city vanished in one night like Pompeii. Something's wrong, Vera frowns and says after searching a room. There's no one in the corridor in the rooms. The massive network of wires in place on the ceiling is still intact. There's no debris, no ruins, no bodies. Too clean. It's way too clean. The dark corridor extends forward, unending. You look back at where Vera and you came from. You've left behind two sets of clear footprints as if trekking through dark brown snow. Footprints, only ours are here. Prints are fairly level, meaning the thickness of the dust is similarly even. With that, you can infer that the city has not been disrupted since it was abandoned. No one has visited here, which is how the dust could pile up evenly. Yeah, this is giving me abandoned and nest vibes from Project Moon. I might be a little bit impressed right now. Emergency lights are still on, which means the emergency power and the electric circuits are still intact. The other facilities are likely functional as well. Doesn't make sense. Place is way too clean. Clean and not in the sense of tidy and spotless either. But there's no evidence of this place having been infected by the Ponzing virus. The dust in the facilities would have been disrupted if corrupts had invaded here. One more thing. One more thing indeed. There's no one here. See, he's not spelled it out, but you understand that what he meant was that there are no corpses here. What the hell happened to everybody? Did they all evacuate before it hit the fan? She mutters to herself. There would not have been supplies after the outbreak. Don't think so. Vera falls silent. You do not elaborate. This kind of city was not designed to be self-sustaining from the beginning. If they had stayed here, they would have been run out of food eventually. Neither of you is willing to continue this conversation. You both realize that the truth might be too brutal for you. Silence returns between you, but does not last as Vera draws her spear and destroys a large door nearby. What are you doing? Getting their attention, duh. There must be a large level of mechanoids and droids here to support a city is big. Once the virus had reached this place, then there must be corruptives here. But other corruptives we encountered on our way here are outsiders arriving with the water. Maybe it was because we were on the outskirts of the city. Yet there's still no sign of corpses, battle, or carpet here deep inside. They had been hiding, now's the time to get them out here. You would expose our location. You might get surrounded. That's what a commandant would think. Not me. Be honest with me. What is it that you sense the most strongly since you set foot here? Fear. Good. Honesty is a warrior's virtue. Fear, on the other hand, is a warrior's lifeline. You're scared, but have you considered what you're scared of? The unknown. Fear of the unknown is the greatest fear of all. Once enemies have revealed themselves, that fear will go away. Instead of wandering around here blind like a fly caught on a web, I'd rather hit the web, piss off the spider, and have it come to me. I understand. It's fine if you don't. I'm not asking for your opinion. But your plan is not going to work. It's been some time since Vera caused a commotion. You and chatted for a while, and the place is still eerily quiet. Broken door to the office looks like a scab under the red emergency light. She turns to the room next. Her at the office in which she destroyed the door. Take a look inside. Desk and the chairs in the room were orderly placed. Folders and files are still organized on the desk. Coffee mugs can be found next to some of the monitors, waiting for the owners to return. Nothing in the cups. Nothing in the fridge or pantry either. Food's all gone. These all point to one thing. Not only was the city not infected after the Punsing virus broke out, but it also remained operational for a period of time. They take all the food to their hideouts? If so, where's the last place they stayed? Vera asked the two questions that have been bothering you since you have been here. I would probably say the bunkers would probably be close to the 0-point reactor in the center of the city if I had to guess. I'm not sure. Walked towards the largest desk in the office. Nameplate on it spells out the owner's name. Research Director, Illustrious. What a strange name. But if this belongs to the Research Director, then there must be some intel we can use on this desk. Pick up a folder. Vera also starts searching the table. You accidentally hit a button and the projection screen on the desk lights up. It's been a long time since it was last used, so the image and the sound are both fuzzy. You can only vaguely identify the projection as a blonde woman with blue eyes. She must be the Research Director, Illustrious. Twice we have disconnected with the mainland during the routine call. The Communication Director suggested breaking the confidential mandate and contacting them instead. I approved it. But there was no response. The Communication Director then suggested calibrating the comms to use the public frequency so we can receive news from the outside world. Again, that'd go against the confidentiality mandate, but I still approved it. I'm glad the decision was not too late. Channels that would still work were all reporting the same warning: the punishing virus. They explained that it was a virus that appeared in the first 0-point reactor initially and spread to the whole world in an extremely short amount of time. The comms devices on the unresponsive channels are probably infected already. Atlantis was submerged during the beginning of the outbreak, so we didn't receive the news immediately. At the same time, that seemed to be why we escaped its wrath. Well, we still don't understand what the punishing virus is, we have decided to designate it as our highest priority given the feedback we receive. Based on what we know, we believe the punishing virus can infect the human body directly, and it is capable of taking over a mechanoid's mind. In which case, our base is in incredible danger as well. Therefore, our most urgent mission is to stop Atlantis from getting infected by the punishing virus. The logistics director reported the next supply ship from the mainland would arrive soon. When we tried to contact it when we saw it on the horizon, as they're answering us through radio, they sent a signal flare. I didn't understand what they meant. The logistics director said it was asking for help. I ordered them to sink it. I couldn't risk bringing the virus into Atlantis. 4 submarines were monitoring the situation underwater outside the base. I ordered them to sink themselves to oblige while the other 2 tried to crash into the harbor, where the defense system took them down. You are fucking heartless, damn. The Project Moon comparisons keep piling up. You're acting like a goddamn wing director. I hosted a brief meeting to hear director's reports for taking care of these inconveniences. The decision we had to make during the meeting was simple. Where does Atlantis go from here? There, not much effort was needed for us to come to agreement. There was, however, some disputes when the message was passed down. Someone proposed that we should broadcast to nearby areas and take in refugees. I turned it down. The location of Atlantis cannot be revealed. We are not a refuge, and refugees might carry the punching virus with them. Some suggested leaving the base immediately for the mainland to join the effort to save humanity. I also turned it down. A few drops of water won't extinguish the wildfire. Research is research, they don't save lives. I reiterate my stance. Atlantis will not open itself again unless the warning on the punching virus is dismissed. My answer was clear from the start. We'll continue our work and keep researching the zero-point reactor. I explained my reasons to my colleagues. Firstly, both the base and we are here to serve the reactor. Secondly, the space is powerless to save humanity. Thirdly, there is no better place to understand how the punching virus came to be than Atlantis. I want humans to survive, so I must not let Atlantis fall. I've adjusted our research direction, trying to replicate the environment of the first reactor and find out where the virus came from. This is the closest thing we can do to save the world. The different reactors would normally communicate their progress. I have a 2-month-old report from the first reactor and nothing else since. I can only hope that they didn't get too far. I should be working now instead of doing something as trivial as journaling, not to mention that I've never done this before. The reason I'm doing this is that twice I asked myself, have I done the right thing? Oh, you do have more of a heart than the average wing director. I said yes both times. My reason and rationale were clear as always. My action was the logical conclusion. But it still feels wrong somehow. I once heard a saying that if you should toss a coin when you can't make up your mind. If you want to toss it again, you have your answer. Which is why I usually ask myself this kind of question once only. Still, I can't deny this is the first time I tossed a coin twice. Since I decided to record everything that happened today to remind myself I'd done everything right. Projection dissipates in the air after the record ends. Vera breaks the brief silence between you. When I thought the outcome would be different, they still chose the stupidest option. How mad must they be to try to replicate the first reactor? Maybe they deserved it when they wouldn't change after it had already blown up in their face. I guess the thing is true. The only thing we learn from history is that we learn nothing from history. Vera is clearly teasing the researcher. For some reason, you can hear the self-mockery in her tone. I don't think they thought it was a lesson. Oh? Oh, that's fair. You're one of the president's lackeys. After all, in other words, you don't think what you're going through is a lesson you should learn from, do you? What, did I mention something wrong? What's with the face? We both know you and Great Raven defeated the polyphage and the Red Tide was destroyed for your help. Yet no one treated you like a hero. Instead, you were on the gallows, feared, questioned, strived, exploited. This is what I don't understand about you. You've seen the Parliament's true face. Why would you still be willing to risk your life for them? That's not what I'm doing. What are you doing then? What about you? Answering a question for question? How brazen of you. That won't work on me. I've never been someone who's virtuous. I disagree. If that was true, you wouldn't be so angry about all of this. Vera, I know the Parliament members aren't the saints they appear to be. But you still choose them. I didn't choose them. I chose humanity. Vera burst out in a belly laugh. Unlike the mockery before, she really is laughing this time. How do you say something so shameless with a straight face every time? Was that funny? Why don't you say it again and listen to yourself? Choose humanity. My God, how fascinating are you to say something like this so seriously? She finally stops laughing and recovers her piercing gaze. Good. I'll remember this. I hope you can still say something stupid like that when you see more true faces in the future. I will. I feel like I have to spell it out again so you understand why I said it was stupid. Say you light up a torch and find a detonating cord beneath your feet. Links to dark in the distance. Shouldn't your first reaction be putting out the flame? Answer a question of a question again. And you? Would you put it out? Same trick won't work twice. I just think you're someone who'll extinguish the flame. Maybe. Farrah's fun. I like her. Time for more murder. There is nothing else useful in the office apart from the researcher's journals. The two of you exit the building and return outside. You can see lightning in the distant sky. Thunderclouds to your east as indeed roam toward the city. The rain has yet to arrive. The sound of thunder has. Thunderstorm will soon envelop the city. The sound of waves is getting closer. The city has submerged considerably. Looking out to a street in the main city, you no longer see the landing pad. Only a top view of satellite cities remain above the water. City is still thinking. I have no idea if their safeguard for the submergent festival is still working or not. If it doesn't stop going down, the water pressure will destroy it all. We've got two options: either we find a way to stop the city from submerging, or we head to the reactor directly, hoping we find some key intel before it all goes poof. Whichever we choose, we won't be able to find out where they are. We don't have the time to search all of these buildings one by one. These corrupted are kind of strange. Very nods. There are only two kinds of corrupted here. Clearly, I mean. One of them is the cleaner bots that was serving the base. The other than those mechanoids are obvious. The others you cannot tell where they came from. They're probably corrupted and infested the nearby ocean recently. They were the ones who brought the planting virus here. The level of infection is different. Fear takes the corrupted remains scattered on the ground. The machines from the base are only faintly infected. The radiation from seawater is barely noticeable. They've not been infected for long, thus their desire to attack humans is more restrained. What an unfortunate end to a paradise. Having been isolated from the planting virus infected world for so many years, it's still going to fall. The same. Do you think I was feeling sorry for it? Don't be mistaken, I don't give a shit about this place. I don't care if it's destroyed or not. All I want to know is where the hell this 0-point reactor is. Do we need to search every single room here? God damn it, humans are all gone. Why are these electromagnetic barriers still working? You can ask those mechanoids. Barry glanced at the cleaner bot lying on the floor. You want to ask those metal junks? They're only faintly infected. That means we might still be able to communicate with the logic circuits. After a while, you're quite familiar with this sort of stuff. I suppose Lee has kept you trained? How is it? Has our metal junk here shared any feelings with you, Chief? Transfer Bear to decipher data. All cleaner bats in the base from the same local network. You have identified their patrol routes. Bear quickly responds after reading the data. Their patrol routes form a three-dimensional nest, each branch a corridor or a pipeline. I see. What is that in the center of the nest? Why do all the cleaner bots walk around it? They didn't even upload the plan of that place onto the bot systems. Must require higher clearance. I know those humans do not allow this level of mechanoid in. The 0-point reactor. Good. So we head up or down now? Down. Of course. We're out of time. You don't have to remind me, but right now we need to breach those barriers. Let's figure out how to breach the barriers so we can get to the reactor.
Follow orders and bring light to darkness.
More kickable little shits. Hell yeah.
Revolted and fear. Restoring. Drop your veil of ignorance. Look into my eyes. Too slow. Fall.
And Heya transport vehicle to the logistics department. Good, doesn't look damaged. We can use it after we charge it. This will probably count as a member here, meaning it can go through the barrier.
Follow orders and bring light to darkness.
Oh god, is this an escort mission? Fuck, I hate those.
Restoring order. Drop your veil of ignorance. Tell me your fall. Restoring order.
I'm just gonna stand in front of the escort. Logistics department aiming sure face detected. Yep. You were correct, Vera. Let's go. Not much time left. We need to get them out of the way. More corrupted.
Lose yourself. The flames of the abyss will end it all.
Ah, that was kind of a waste, but still killed the fuck out of them. Logistics department aiming sure face detected. Let's keep going.
Can you keep up with my speed? My spear shall absolve you. Follow orders and bring light.
Excaliblast! Eat this, fuckheads!
I will spearhead this battle. You think that's of any use? Tell me your target. Fall! My spear shall absolve you!
Commit die, boys. Okay. I love playing Rosetta. Playing Rosetta. She's really fun. I hope she gets a new frame soon. Hell yeah. I think this is the final stretch.
Follow orders and bring light, restoring order. Drop your veil of ignorance. As long as darkness still prevails, we will keep moving onward.
No, I want to see her booba. God damn it. These electromagnetic barriers are the only set up to counter outsiders. Seems like a basic defense system on the base. IDs that aren't in these records will be stopped. That's weird. Yep, have you also noticed it? None of the devices are damaged. That means the enemy who entered the lands before you triggered the submergence mechanism was not blocked by the barriers. Who the hell are we facing? Don't tell me the city's haunted. Oh, I hope not. I hope the city's not fucking haunted. That'd suck. That would suck. Overclock 1.
Follow my lead. There's nothing to be afraid of.
As expected, some of the watertight compartments don't work anymore. Water keeps flowing in from the left side. Everyone knows the city isn't haunted. The moon's haunted, obviously. Lamau. World building 101. Fuck up the moon. First thing you do, fuck up the moon. Make the moon fucked. Always make the moon fucked. Water keeps flowing in from the left side. Right side isn't flowing, so something must be blocking it. Need to get out ASAP. Seriously though, like, am I wrong in saying this entire place is like Project Moon and Nest vibes? The exit's over there. Let's go to the other side. Can I break these? Okay, let's look the way forward. What's wrong with the bridge? I'm gonna look around just in case there's any secrets. Kinda looks like a platform there if we wanted to, or... No, it looks like someone might have actually came up through here. Knocked that down, came up here. Hmm. This is gonna collapse once we get on, isn't it? Oh shit. Good things for the platform we can still stand on here. We'll need to figure out another way to get across. The route back is blocked by the isolation door. Isolation door is tied to the lack of power. Find a power source. Power source found. Isolation door unlocked. Water level laboratory is increasing. Return to the upper floors for the isolation floor. The isolation door. Yeah. Go, 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 go. Useless crap. That looks like it can still be used. Okay. God damn it! This is just a fucking water temple from Ocarina of Time. God damn it! It's just this goddamn dungeon. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, now we go for the door so we don't drown a horrible death. Floating platforms remain connected. We can get to the other side now. Hey, do not navy in my ear, old dwarf.
Get in my way. Go ahead and struggle, you piece of junk. Wherever I stand, my best.
Do not navy in my ear, old dwarf. I will stab you. That's the exit. Let's go.
Even victory itself has to yield to me. What do you say?
Gay sounds. That's what I have to say. Overclock 2.
Follow orders and bring light to darkness.
Seriously though, dwarf. This whole entire fucking place just has like wing vibes. Those plastic crooks are here already. Heyo, fuck boys. Congratulations, it's the funeral. It's yours.
Look into my eyes and fall.
Get out of my way. Oh shit, free surfer bows. At Lamau, the summon immediately starts stabbing. It immediately interrupts the cutscene. Cutscene. Yeah, cuts. I cannot English. The cutscene to start stabbing them. That's fucking hilarious. Oh god damn it. You get up here. Ow, ow. Get up here. Get up here, you fucking shit. Do not fall off the map. Get up here. Fight me. Fight me. There we go.
We shall break through all obstacles.
Jiggle. There we go. That likely would have been a lot harder if the dumbasses didn't fall off the edge. Overclock free. Get. Keyword being get. It's not wing fucked yet. How many more identical labs do we need to go? That's true. Incoming attack. Looks like your scums were too afraid to attack head on. We'll need to find a way up to take care of them.
Enjoy crushing every one of you to pieces.
Can I smash that door? No. Bless me, apologies. I did not mean to sneeze in your ear. Should be able to take us up if it's activated. Ah. Follow me, let's go up. Hell yeah, fuck yeah. Using the goddamn blades as a platform like a badass. Hello! Did you think you were safe from me? The answer was no, you are not. Oh no, two surfer bros. Whatever am I going to do? Hello, Surfer Iguasus. I'm going to kill you. Die, Surfer Iguasus. No, my goddamn, they injured my thing. Fuck. Die.
Even victory itself has to yield to me. What do you say?
That you're very pretty. Okay. More cards. The card throne. Light of the zero point energy. After following a barrier and reaching several laboratories of force, you finally arrive at the innermost area of the city. Dungeon. The place is designed to be tightly sealed. Some of the gates already have, however, have fallen to disrepair and water has poured inside. But the water disappears again after you cross the last enclosed defense line. The silhouette of the zero-point reactor emerges from the dark like a seamount forgeman. Yes, I do want. Yeah. Show what? Show what? Show what? Show what? Show what? Show what? Bear's pretty. Bear's very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. Anyways, enough useless lesbian noises. They can. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like the running theme of this place. Place starts out. They thought they were doing the best they could, and then it all went horribly wrong. Silhouette of the zero-point reactor emerges from the dark like a seamount fortress of metal. Two of you walk along the chasm between the mounts. Way above you, dark as an all-accompanying ghostly blue light. It is the ocean that envelops Atlantis. Right now, it shrouds the reactor like a sky. Separating the reactor from the force of water is a layer of thick, transparent tempered glass. The glass wall is so clear it almost looks like nothing is there. Staring at it for too long, you would think the water itself is from the wall, unmoving. Large, indescribable pieces of the reactor look nothing like the cutting-edge technology they are. So they look like an ancient ruin, a tomb as lofty as a sleeping mountain. Inside the tomb bears the glorious cold dream of the Golden Age. Inside it buries a time that would no longer wake. Why do you think they built this thing underwater? You cannot answer her. Players of Atlantis ended up sinking to the ocean. Later, some suggest that perhaps Atlantis has never broken the surface of the sea. Perhaps it is the same for this reactor. To vent waste heat, maybe. Maybe it's darker than expected and they expected the reactor to fail from the beginning. The reactor goes out of control. The vast Atlantic Ocean will devour the base completely, like the tides following a wave, like a wave absorbing a bubble. How ironic. They were prepared for failure. Why didn't they just stop? They got to this point because they were trying to control a power that wasn't theirs. The two of you keep walking, going forward. The blue hue of the water casts the reactor in the state of a glacier. Walking here feels like trekking for the depths of Antarctica, setting foot on the most barren no man's land. Suddenly, Vera holds up a hand and stops you. Shush. Something flashes before you. Hidden in the dark and this whole time, the culprit who sank the city has finally revealed herself. Heyo, it's Lamia in her old frame. Goddamn Velociraptor mermaid. Vera and you both recognize her at the same time. You know her. That's the Ascendant with the rolling guy. She takes her battle stance. Lamia. Lamia stands at the center of the reactor alone. Her expression is strained and adrift, not even hearing Vera's funeral footsteps approaching. It's the only reaction of Vera's fears about to hit her. Aha! Stay away, stay away! She stumbles back. You've fought before, which is why you're certain of one thing. Lamia is not quite herself right now. So the Ascendant are also looking for information on the zero-point reactor. Lamia does not deny it, but maybe she does not even hear it. Vera takes Lamia's stance as confirmation and charges forward with her spear. I have no idea what the fuck she's trying to do. I think we're going to find out. I hope she's not trying to figure out how to turn the reactor on so she can choke up the punishing virus it would make. That would be bad. Lamia cannot dodge fast enough, and the spear cuts off a strand of her hair. She looks at Vera, startled and angry, like a wounded dog whose territory is violated. Get out of here! Stay away! Stay away! First, Lamia looks like she's going to strike back, but then her eyes are flooded with despair. Eventually, all that is left in her eyes is hatred that borders on madness. You have no idea why her emotions are changing so rapidly in mere seconds. Sink, just let it all sink to the bottom of the ocean with me. She steps back and the air around her distorts. You're familiar with this sight. She's trying to turn invisible and run. She's going to escape. Vera hisses before throwing the spear in her hand like a javelin towards where Lamia is standing. Flies straight towards Lamia's face. The spearhead only pierces Lamia's projection. It goes right through it and burrows deep into the wall behind. She still escaped right beneath her noses. It's quiet again. Vera frowns, pulling her banner spear out of the wall. What is going on here? Why would an Ascendant find out about this place? Didn't the President say the Corner's location are secret? How come even a small face like her can find out? The control panel. Fine, we'll let her off the hook for now. Vera and you rush for the control panel in the center. Is it too late to read the menu? I got this. The central control system is not as complicated as you imagine. OS's operation systems like this are built in a similar vein. Things you learn from Lee in your spare time have finally come in handy. But, bio-identification data has failed, you cannot operate it. Phoenix Commander appears on the screen after we're completely shattered any hope you got. Number indicates that then how much the city has sunk keeps rising while all operation options are locked behind the command to continue submergence. Not an expected ending. Damn it, how did the goddamn fish girl manage to operate the central control system? Right as he says this, another screen appears on the monitor. It's the recorded footage of a meeting. Start reporting, you first. Not much to say. All radio communications have been unresponsive, but our equipment is fine, which means the problem is the relay and receiving end. What's wrong with the relay? Neither satellites nor servers on the mainland have responded, suggesting that all notable communication networks have failed. What's the worst case scenario? All human civilizations outside the space have been annihilated. How about a less bad one? All T-24 satellites in every server in Asia, Europe, and North America fail at the same time. They're too busy fixing them to answer a call. Illustrious does not laugh. What is the possibility of this scenario? Communication director does not laugh either. Less than 10 to the power of -7. I checked it before the meeting, twice. Understood. It means that we should proceed on the basis that human civilization has ended. Seriously concludes for looking at the administrative director. How's the situation inside the base? Internal communications between the departments are stable. All personnel remain at the post. The base is still in order. Equipment. Self-diagnosis is functional. The robotics director is shrouded. That's important. You didn't receive any reports of mechanical failure. How are supplies looking? Illustrious looks at the logistics director, who's just furthest away from her. Yeah, it's not a bad conclusion to make in this scenario. Submitting supply chain from the mainland's cut. How often can survive for a maximum of 15 months? How did you get that number? Calculate the minimum calories all the staff members need based on their weights and divide the total calories of food we got in the base by the number. Just an estimated figure. Give me some time and I'll calculate a more accurate answer. If we recreate the environment for the exploded first reactor, we need at least 21 months to figure out what happened here. Illustrious took thoughts in the thought, but only for mere seconds. How long will our supplies last if we reduce the personnel on base? He looked up and asked the logistics director, but the pauses for a moment before answering. stop supplying the average move all research to the research department, we can last 23 months. Long enough for you to complete your research. If I may, please. I don't recommend doing so. The reason? Programs and machines will break down. People will get sick from the lack of nutrients. This will also slow down your progress. Not to mention the communication departments are trying to contact any possible survivors groups. If you receive support from the outside world, our immediate crisis will be resolved. Safeguards regards should prioritize the different department to cut off supplies to the least important one first. I agree, see nods. Let's support we cut off supplies to the administrative department first, then logistics. After that, medical, communication, robotics, data, and research. Points at the director on the table according to the order, and lastly points at herself. Objections? Sounds at the conference room lasts a few seconds. The administrative director brings the pack up the folders on the table. It's decided then, I'll notify my people. The recording of the meeting is over. The screen flickers and you see a lustrous figure when the image becomes clear again. To whoever sees this record in the future, my name is Lustrous, the research director. This recording is set to the public. Anyone who tries to access the central command system will activate this video. It plays automatically just in case someone fails to notice it. They're being very mature about it. I assume that's a result of the base's operating system. The whole it goes for people really fucking fast until it gets to the most pragmatic and the best and most pragmatic people it can. Thing that I was brought up earlier. I'm guessing that's the blame for this. But yeah, they're being very mature about it. Put up our first and final group meeting at the beginning of this video. I assume any human with common sense would understand what has happened to our base after watching it. Assuming that you are an intelligent life such as a human, please allow me to skip to the main point. I'm not sure what the exact time is now. The base has been locked down since the outbreak. We've given up on Greenwich Mean Time instead opted for the base's timers, the time standard in our records. So I might be wrong about the month and day, but I think the year should be accurate. This is the third year since the outbreak of the planetary virus. We have run out of food. No one is coming to save us. The most logical conclusion is that the human race beyond this base is extinct. I'm not good at recording history, but if you're here and you found this, that must mean you're secretly curious. You're like me. I feel obligated to satisfy your curiosity. Let me briefly describe what happened after that meeting. We started rationing the moment we initiated the lockdown. The plan went well and allowed us to last for a very long time with very limited resources. Food began to run short. We came to an unspoken agreement. The core researchers prioritized provisions, while the others were arranged in the order of importance, the least of which will die first. First to go was the administrative department. We didn't have any higher ups to report to after all. The outlet was designed for a situation, so we didn't have any corpse disposal facilities. We decided to administrate burials at sea to avoid the growth of germs and bacteria from the accumulating bodies. Logistics was next. After that, I had to spend an extra 25 minutes each day traveling between the office and stores to pick up the canned food and hardtacks. I had learned to organize files and do other trivial stuff. The medical department afterwards. They left behind detailed medical guides before they died. Those who remained afterwards were very grateful for the generosity. They were followed by the communications department. They'd been diligent in their roles, trying to establish contact with the outside world, but it didn't work. Her voice gets cold as she just a machine for a warm human body. Robotics? Without those mechanics engineers, I can only hope that nothing major before our research saw some results. Data, similarly about the programmers, I can only pray that the data server database will not fail. Research. It was our last and most essential department, the one under my lead. We made a list. The one up top would die first. Since I was the key personnel here, they put me at the bottom. Right. I placed the non-staff members such as children in the middle. Given that they consumed less food and energy and factoring enough concerns, I didn't place them in the first group to go. Some of our colleagues had values that would have clashed quite strong with the alternatives that could possibly stall our progress. This is the first time I've done this kind of visual documentation. I never had to borrow this kind of trifling work in the past. That's about it regarding the base after the outbreak. The data department server room is still intact. You will find our activity logs for the past 3 years there. Now, I'm moving on to what we have achieved. 0-point reactors are highly classified, but if you're watching this right now, then you must already know that there's one such reactor in the facility. After the lockdown, we tried to recreate the first reactor's failure in order to figure out how the plastic virus first appeared. Long story short, we failed. We repeated some of the steps from the last log of reactors and managed to create a similar environment, but the plastic virus didn't show up. Correction, not that it didn't show up, it appeared, but it was unobservable. I don't know who is watching this right now and whether or not you have any knowledge regarding it, so I'll try to put it best in layman's terms. Reports from around the world on the first reactor told us what the physical effects would be when the virus appeared. We couldn't absorb the virus directly, but our equipment detected those phenomena. This appears to be not manifested like raindrops. We couldn't see the virus, only the ripples it caused once it hit the water. In other words, some kind of energy absorbed them. Well, if my department and I had another 2 years worth of food, we might be able to figure out why it happened. But all my staff are dead now, and I just finished my last heart attack. Honestly, honestly, I'm surprised it didn't resort to other measures to try and stretch out the food supply. I'm surprised it didn't try to do that, but medical probably sought it down. We've gone as far as we could. I couldn't capture raindrop, but I found the water. The water that absorbed the punishing virus. It took me way too long to explain the details, but I call that technology the Omega file. Put it in my pocket. I'll be heading toward the observatory at the highest part of the city after this recording. I don't have samples and equipment to repeat our experiments, so I can't guarantee that the Omega file will work outside of space. Coma's seen so the hint of warmth for a second with sadness buried underneath it. Regardless, seeker or seekers, you have traveled this far. This is your reward. Something that absorbs the punishing virus. Based on their experiments trying to figure out what causes it to form in the first place. That's really important data. That's capital I important data. That could change the course of the war. That we get that out. That changes the course of the war in an instant. I think we've completed our part remarkably. I hope you complete yours too. Now, seek our legacy. Illustrious lets out a sigh. Right, I wasn't planning to say the following in this record, since the words always affect a person's rational judgment. But I think I should give us all one last opportunity to pierce this. After that meeting, there were some among us who questioned if we had done the right thing. The lovers were resolute in their answers. They believed we made the correct choice. To be fair, the virus destroyed the Warner's board from the first zero-point reactor. That didn't make many of us doubt the decision to continue our research. But we still decided to carry out our duty till the very end. We did not regret anything. We did what was right. We would have chosen the same even if we could do it again. I think our colleagues in the first reactor would feel the same. She closes her eyes. The only regret is that this is as far as we can go. But I hope any human that sees us remember one thing. Don't forget your desire to reach the stars. Don't lose your hunger to trek forward. Don't lose the courage to go further just because we are being plundered. Seize it, conquer it, fall, and stand again. Keep going. I believe humanity will have a bright future. Putting everything we have in your hands. Now, I'm going to see my colleagues. Goodbye. Raise your torch. The Omega file, eh? The recording is over. All the questions you have on the way here have been answered. There was no evacuation, no bodies. Everyone stayed until the last possible moment. This rain above the Atlantic Ocean did not stop thinking until the end. Except all the fuel was consumed, with barely any cinder remaining. The last spark is kept carefully atop the lighthouse. Barris house back. This is insane. Despite her murmurs, she turns like a madwoman. Ha! These people have their minds like me, absolutely unhinged. Yara, you were right. They didn't take what they thought went through as a lesson. They could have had a second chance and nothing would change. They only treated it as a failed experiment. Experiment to fail again. Experiment and fail again. This is what their daily lives. Vera wipes away the tears at the corner of her eye. She suddenly remembers why she was recruited by Nicola in the first place. Kill, survive, kill again, survive again. That was the whole of her existence. She was always the one who remained, carrying everyone's pain. She couldn't tell what could possibly await her at the finish line of this endless cycle. So that man sewed her up and offered her a way out. He told her you pass through the obstacles of pain, but he promised that there would be light at the end of the road. I see. Vera closes her eyes and mutters a few words that only she can hear. Then she turns to look at you. Do you remember what I asked you? About the torch? Yeah. I wouldn't put it out. I wouldn't because I want to find out what there is at the end of the darkness. I want to find the person who planted the detonating cord and kick their ass. Don't lose the courage to go further just because we're being plundered. Seize it, conquer it, fall and stand again. Keep going. Then we're just like them. So are the present and the others. That's why we're standing here now. The story of humanity is the story of the fight against fear and the unknown. First, humans were afraid of beasts. Then they learned fire and the gods after that. They have driven away the beast, harnessed the flames, and discovered secrets withheld by gods with science. Everyone is afraid of punishments and death, but no one has ever stopped because of them. They have humans who believe the earth to be the center of the universe. So they have thought fire and lightning were the gods' wrath. They have hidden trees from the predators. Newton said that humans were playing on the seashore next to the ocean of truth. Perhaps we were standing in the dark, fearing the unknown in it. But we raise our torch higher every time, because we are curious. This is the purest, most primal kind of courage. The greatest gift for 2 million years worth of evolution has given us. There lies the mountain, thus we will climb triumphs over our fear of falling. We would choose the same even if we could do it all over again. You're out of your mind too, you know. Takes one to know one. Sudden crack interrupts your conversation. You look toward and see the sound of finding glass while breaking, but the crack is yet to go through. The water pressure is too high. You have to find a way to stop it. Lamia. Right, the goddamn fish. I don't know why she can control the system, but she's the one with the clearance. We'll just grab her and take her here and we can force her to. If the sensor after all stuff the information on 0 point entry, there's only one place we'll be heading. The top of the tower. Top of the tower. Two of you almost say it at the same time. Let's go. The floor below you keeps shaking as water pours into the lower levels of Atlantis. The breeze blowing from your back also gets stronger like the last breath of a drowning man. You look down from the edge of the street and there's but darkness and a trembling rumble. Your alarm goes off not for breaching water, but for you, the invaders. Damn it, what quarrel does this place have of us? Why can't the Ascendant travel uninterrupted? Why does the city accept her identification? Break it. I know! Once, twice, a third time. Sound of air sphere hitting the metal echoes every time, long and petrifying. It travels downward and hits by the empty expanse between the walls and water, making it more haunting. Knowing every time you breach a door, you find more alarms, sealed entrance gates, and checkpoints waiting for you. Finish up the city, it does not falter despite its administrators gone. It simply considers Lamy as an ally and you two, the enemy. Water follows you closely from behind, trying to fight puts some distance between you. You find the root row stopping for you. By the time you open the passage, the water once again closes in. Corrupted Lamy has brought here unmasking. They were only wandering inside the beginning, but now they have followed the water and blocked your way to the top. Dumb gap, we're gonna have to carve a bloody path through.
Follow orders.
The
And
Omega
bring light
file.
to darkness.
Let's go. Get out of my way!
Restoring order. Drop your veil of ignorance. Fall.
Look into my eyes. Too slow. Lose yourself in the abyss.
Let's EO2 zone restaurant area.
Drop your veil of ignorance.
Tell me your target.
Corrupted light. Must end in light.
We're almost at the top, come on. Die! Excaliblast!
Cut through the darkness.
You're not getting in our way.
As long as darkness still prevails, we will keep moving onward.
Having removed all obstacles in your way, you discovered Lamia's tracks on the way to the observatory. Long and deep scratches graze the metal walls, marks that can only be made for Twin Blade. I'm noting something down. Give me a second. I have notes on PGR just scattered all over my phone, just noting those down. PGR, mega file. This is indeed after the date of the 0 point reactor. See, you cannot help but ask yourself. Except no one can answer you now. Only one way to find out, and that's to fight the and that's to meet the Fissy and punch the Fissy in the face. Next mission is gonna be the last one. The last human. Who would have thought that in the end I'd go gentle into that good night? For that first and last meeting. I thought there would be more opposition. Illustrious looked slightly surprised. The Administrative Director closed the metallic plastic suitcase and smiled at the Research Director. My hands will be on your neck if I was still the same person from when I first came here. Remember the first night you became director? I dragged you out of your lab and hosted a dinner with the other directors. I asked you what you think of the base when you're eating. You said this place is like a brain, constantly metabolizing. Lamy is the robotics director? Potentially. But, well, that would explain her technical expertise. I'm not sure if that's accurate. The director didn't. None of the directors argued. None of the directors argued with the plan. None of them argued with it. We didn't hear any complaints. There was complaints if there was anything like Lamy escaping that would have been brought up. Escaping to survive the plan, starvation that would have been brought up. No. No. Latrice mentioned children. That there were children on Atlantis. I think Lamia might be one of them. I think Lamia might have been one of the children, and seeing everyone starve, die, and just willingly die and starve. Starve is why. Well, she could be the kid of someone important. Yeah, I can't remember where exactly this is said from, but if they're compatible, yes, you can make a contract from a dead person if you get their body fast enough. I believe. I believe you can make a contract from a dead person if you get their body fast enough. If you get their brain fast enough. Just places like a brain constantly metabolizing. I did say that. It's a good metaphor. Does it matter what does it matter what carbon dioxide and sodium think when they're created from metabolism? Lustrious does not hesitate. Not at all. The only thing that matters is the thought. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be. I wonder if the only reason they didn't try to. Then that raises the question of why they didn't try to turn as many people into constructs as they could. Could and why only Lamia got constructed. Hmm. I bet we're gonna find that out. Until the nutrients go to your part of the brain, you do what you have to do. Make sure your director nods the others on the table. Don't worry, we'll do our job. Lustrious looks at the directors one by one. Slips out a barely visible smile. I'm glad to have you as my colleagues. It's an honor working with you all. The honor is mine. Look forward to Atlantis leading the next industrial revolution, but if I don't live long for that day to come, I'll die where it sits. She stands. I'll go first. Try to stay away as long as you can. We are so sorry that you have to be the one who carries it all at the end. Lester stands in front of the window of the observatory, looking out the lifeless seaborne city. The one more thing, the one more thing is shown, the more one thing is shown, the more forsaken it looks when it falls. Too long has passed. Everyone she knows has passed. Now, standing here alone, she looks like a wavering torch in a storm, and its last torch is about to go out. The weather is not great today. Dark clouds cover the sky, but the rain has yet to fall. Literal silver lines competing from between the clouds. She closes her eyes, trying to feel the warmth on her cheeks. So in the end, I still have that speck of weakness in me. Oh, Brain, I despise you sometimes. Lestria sighs softly. She's never shown any weakness in front of others because she was your flag. Flag is a symbol and a metaphor. Flag does not need to show humanity or have a heart. A flag just needs to be hungry for an army during wars and planted on the enemy's castle after victory. As long as the flag does not fall, everyone else will charge toward the same destination. As long as it stands, everyone will march forward, fiercely for their dreams and beliefs. But now, everyone who's leading is gone. They've burnt their dignity and soul into cinders for the last act for humanity. And so, the flag becomes a human again. Try to stay away as long as I can. I'm afraid I can't keep that promise. The observatory used to be where they like to sail the most. It's at the top of Atlantis, they can see the whole city from here. They can see the ocean, the sky, the stars. The observatory is empty now. She's the only one left trying to see humanity's future. Lustrious walks to her chair and sits down. She's done her job. It's as far as she goes. She is tired. She will leave the rest of the work to those who come after her. Lustrious turns around and takes one last look at the setting sun. Just one regrets, she thinks. Stacy set foot on this island. She thought she'd go to the edge of the universe one day. Would have thought that in the end I'd go gentle into that good night. Mm-hmm. The last whisper is carried by the wind and disappearing with the last hint of sunlight. Hail, Lady Lustrisa Child, yes. It is the same general vibe. You did all you could. Rest. The moment you open the door to the observatory tower, sure you've just pressed the play button on a snapshot of the past. As she breezes in, the room begins to fog up. The woman you've seen in the videos is sitting quietly on a chair not far from you. Her body does not look rotten. She strides through early under the same clothes you've seen in the records, easily identifiable. Hail for the one who did all she could. A heavy sense of sadness suddenly brews and fills the room. Silently, Vero walks towards someone and kneels down on one knee, and then she discovers something. The supply tray next to the body is filled with food. Vero's eyes widen. For a moment, she can even picture the woman's last moment from what's left behind in the room. Like the others, Lustrious was not starved to death. She chose to end her life. Realizing that, Vera laughed hysterically as if to cover another feeling deep inside. This is as far as she goes. What the hell is this? You tricky bastard. In the end, you couldn't take it. Malin will seize it from you. Vera opens a pack of hardtacks and stuffs them in her mouth. Constructs you don't need to eat. What she's doing is technically pointless. Vera just starts stuffing the hardtacks in her mouth enough for another literature where she's picking up the baton. Flag being passed from luscious to Vera. If you can't take it, I will. I will take your dreams. Your futures, your desire to live, your lost pain, I will take it all. She ends up reaching inside Lustrious' coat and takes out their legacy. She gives it to you. Vera, I'll keep it safe. She nods. Stay here. I'm going spearfishing. Who knows how many things she reviews. I don't want Nicola nagging me for trying to stop her from thinking. With that, she walks away resolutely. Yeah, I can't blame you either. Starving to death is a horrible way to go. Across the waves. Let's put an end to this. Okay, I know this arena. Sky opens up and rain pours down as water from the whole world is converging here. Vera jumps onto the roof and finds the humanoid high-percentage standing not far away. Lamia lifts her head slightly, looking at the sky, letting the rain hit her face. Despite not expecting her to listen, and Vera still races her bending spear in her hand and looks at Lamia, threatening her loudly. Hey, fish girl! Don't know what's your deal with the city, but you better disable this emergency command right this second or the sphere goes through you, you hear me? The mermaid descendant turns her head towards Vera slowly. A strand of hair wet from the rain falls inside her moons, revealing her hollow-looking gaze. Vera is stunned. Vera knows that gaze intimately. The look of total desperation was once in her eyes as well. On that rainy day, after all her companions died, she also stood there, looking at the night sky, letting the rain hit her, hiding her tears in the rain. I'm not going to give it to anyone. Lamia draws her twin blade, the edge of the curved blade looking at the arcs of comets flying across the night sky. This is mine. Stop bothering this place. Sink! Sink! Lamia cries sorrowfully and charges at Vera with her blade held high. Let's dance, Lamia. Let's see what you tricks you've got here that aren't in the Phantom Pain cage. Deflect red blade with attacks. Yeet. Okay, I hate see parry attacks. Ow, damage. Wait. How many bars? I'm al- I'm already almost dead. Holy shit. Jesus Christ, Lamia. Fish girl does not hold back. Fish girl does not hold back. Fish girl does not hold back. Oh, god damn it. We're clearing this with no continues. We're clearing this with no continues. We are clearing this with no goddamn continues. Okay, Lamia is Lamia is not as much is not a goddamn pushover. Holy shit. Okay, so parry the Red Bull. Parry the Red Bull shit. Parry the Red Bull shit. Parried. Oh god damn it. I think Lamia found something to fight for. Lamia has acquired motivation. Unfortunately, this is a problem. Harry, eat that. Ah. Okay, good thing Vera can make seals. Oh god. The fuck was that? 12 bars? Let's damn it. God damn it, didn't parry the red bullshit. Stop with the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Motivated Fishy is a pain in my ass.
Come on, keep them coming.
Come on, Vera. Just a little bit. More!
Enjoy crushing wherever I stand.
2 bars?
My best.
Kill! Almost there. I just need one good hit. Yes! Sink to the bottom of the sea. Wait. Oh shit, phase 2. Oh shit, phase 2. Oh shit, she's swimming now. Oh shit, phase 2. Oh shit, oh shit. Everything crumbles and falls. Oh goddamn. I can no longer go back. Where the fuck is he? Oh shit. Oh, her weapon changed. Her weapon changed. 40 HP! 40 bars? 40 bars on phase 2. Ow. I need more stamina. I need more stamina. I need more stamina. I need more stamina. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Motivated Lamia. Full power. We need. Oh. Eat that. Eat that. Eat that. Okay, thankfully we can use these windows to recover stamina. Jesus Christ, Lamia. Ow. Keep the fucking thing in between me and her. Keep the thing in between me and her. Keep the thing in between me and her. Keep the thing in between me and her. She's faster than me. She's faster than me in the goddamn water.
Never be broken. Enjoy crushing every one of you to pieces.
Yeah, goddamn it, send it to me so. Ow. Hassan, I am expecting fucking out. No. Goddamn. Okay, let's see. I beat a phase. So let me. Let me get one research. Oh shit! What the hell now? What the fuck now? Oh, that's it. What the hell now? What's the ocean beer? Holy ow. Okay, holy shit. She is fucking go. She is going fucking ape shit.
Come on, keep them coming.
She is going fucking ape shit. She was some vernacularly from your workforce. I think she's gained a couple fucking crates. Parry that.
Come on,
Out.
keep them
Ow.
coming.
Fuck shit. Rain, do not get.
You dare get in my way. Go ahead and struggle, you piece.
Ultimate. 13.
My best.
Die.
You'll never be broken.
10 bars.
You dare get in my way.
6. Dodge the. Out. Goddamn. Do not dodge the full success point. Parry that. Ultimate. 3 bars. 1 full power charge fall. Do you finish the job?
Enjoy crushing every
Die!
one to pieces.
Yeah. She's gone from lazy and sad to dance water dance. The twin blade and the banner spear clash with each other, creating an ear-piercing ring. Like I said, Dwarf, to use some terminology from your work, I think she's gained a couple traits. I think at the way she's pulled a fucking paragon out of her ass. A fucking hero level unit bullshit out of her ass. I thought she was the E-War specialist. How is she pulling this shit off? The twin blade and the banner spear clash with each other, creating an ear-piercing ring. The air seems to be humming as well. Invisible ripples extend outward in the rain every time the blades meet. Taking advantage of a gap in Lamia's defense, Bear's spear strikes at her, piercing a raindrop that is about to hit the butterfly in her chest. Before the spear connects, a large wave hits her from the side. It obstructs Vera's aim when the spear only grazes Lamia's arm. Still, Vera's forced strong to leave behind a gaping wound, revealing the metal bones underneath Lamia's artificial skin. Apparently she's decided to pick up some sort of bullshit with the water. Seeing as her new playable frame is a dark frame, I wonder if she's using the Ponsing virus to manipulate the water, like jamming it full of the PV, then slinging the PV around and using that to move the water molecules or some bullshit like that. Lamia cries with pain. She backs away with a hand covering the wound, her eyes filled with anger and fear. She cannot defeat the construct before her. She is in her element, surrounded by the turbulent ocean, and yet she still cannot defeat the red-haired weapon. Woman, there's something this red-haired weapon has that Lamia does not. Lamia once saw the same kind of spark from someone else, but that someone was long lost, seen in the seaborn city. Lamia seems to be comparing Vera to Lustrious. Vera shakes the water off the flag before readjusting her stance and charging Lamia again. It's impossible! Impossible! Stay away, stay away! Lamia looks like she's seen a ghost, scared yet in awe. She's backing up. Another wave hits the platform as she's trying to escape. Lamia turns away from where the spear is coming from and jumps into the wave. I think that's it. We died once. We died once. We should be at 2 stars. Bah. I feel cheated. Her flag. Rage. Rage against the dying alike. Hey, I did ask if you could make a contract out of a corpse. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if that's Lamia's deal. Her flag. Rage. Rage against the dying alike. I don't think Vera's lustrous, Lamel. We see lustrous body, but yeah, Vera does well. From how it's described the situation, Vera was basically dead when Nicola found her. The city's about to sink, and this is when the storm stops. You look out, and the city is gone. The horizon reverts to a flat plain, topped with 6 spires, now tiny dots, barely noticeable. Even the tallest mid-city is fully submerged, save for the roof of the observatory. The wind howls, and the waves rumble. One hand on her banner spear, Vera half kneels, half sits on the floor. She was going to overpower Lamia and subdue her. Delude in the name of a hero. Yeah, agreed. Definitely. I agree on that. Whatever it took to drag her back to the control panel so she could force her to disable the Submerger's command. But Lamia still ran away in the end. All Vera feels now is tiredness and frustration. Hush. Yep, I do. Holy shit, Lamia found something to drive her. And it just wasn't enough. I wonder why. Hmm. Yep, proof of a hero. Love that song. Love that song so much. How strange she was willing to go this far, she thinks to herself. But characteristically, she does not have an answer immediately. This is very unlike her. She's not been this apprehensive for a long time. She's protected her target and retrieved the objective. So you don't need to spend the extra effort in this place, and yeah, what is done is done. She's too proud to need an explanation for her action. A conqueror does not justify herself. Everything is instinctual. Suddenly, the loud whirring sound of engines appears in the distant sky. Struggling, Vera looks up and finds a tiny black dot approaching. A transport craft, but not one of Kuronos. It's a Babylonian transport craft. The logo of Great Waving on its rings. Yeah, the squad! Yes. Yes. Lamia might be a weak ascendant. I'm just going to put something on the table right now, Dwarf. As of this moment right now, not once have we ever actually, killed an ascendant. We've never killed an Ascendant. The only Ascendant who has died so far was Gabriel, and Alpha killed him. That is so damn late. No, not too late. Another quake from beneath her feet. Just like the first time the sea started sinking, this one is also Earth. Of course she does. Vera's a structural ship, but yeah. But yeah, that is definitely out. It probably helps that this is an anti-construct frame, but still. So 1v1ing an Ascendant and managing to drive them off, which is the usual best encounter. You manage to drive the Ascendant off. Not kill them, not significantly wound them, just drive them off. For one reason or another. Just being able to do that is a big feat because of how powerful the Haunting Virus makes him. Even Lamia has not applied to her, despite the fact she's the weakest ascendant we've actually seen. And yet, Vera still fucking did it. This woman is just built different, I swear. Vera, I swear to fuck, you better not throw me like I'm a goddamn spear. I will not survive that. Wait, oh, it's rising back up. Why is it coming back up? Yes, you made a noticeable wound too with the arm blow. Like that's the first time we've seen an ascendant take an actual major wound from the hands of mankind. That's the first time it happened. Smiles. Dwarf, you know what they say about doing things the second time, things after it's been done the first time, right? You know what that means, right? It's going to turn on the secret alien moon base. I don't think this is going to turn on the secret alien moon base. I do think it's going to cause us some problems though, because that's just how this game is. But no, dwarf. Being able to, the forces of mankind being able to damage the ascendants now has precedence, which means we can do it again. Friends. Before Vera can react, before she can even register what is happening, the city begins to rise at a high speed. Covered in water, it bathes in the reflection of the sun. For a second, it is no longer a graveyard. The ocean is cleansed of its malady. Underneath the sun now stands the lighthouse of human civilization from eons past. Vera closes her eyes. She recalls a way to measure time she once heard. Good luck, you lack any singing aids and power armor. Unfortunately, things would be much easier. Then again, I don't want to see what the fuck these Planetary Gliders should do with simple gear tech. Probably nothing good. She recalls a way to measure time she once heard. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Compresses time period of time to 12 months, and the history of humankind begins on the last night of the year. Not last night, which is 3.5 million years ago. The first hominid stood up, and instead of looking at the Earth, it looked to the stars. It takes 60 seconds for humans understanding seasons by observing stars, the first astronaut planting his flag on the moon. And humankind's current obstacle, it's a planting virus, is but a blip in the grand scheme of things. Soured in sunlight, Vera walks up, her eyes open wide, looking directly at the sun. She can almost see Lumen's figure against the glare of the sun. She reaches out a hand. She can almost touch it. The world is second in the future. Like the astronaut on Apollo 11 planting his flag on the moon, Vera plants her banished sphere by her side. It is an act of ancient primal instinct claiming her territory. When the first ship entered orbit, they declared Earth theirs. The flag was planted on the moon, they declared the moon theirs. Humans will not stop conquering. Centuries after humans conquered the moon, those from Babylonia, they have conquered Earth again. Vera! And there's the Fissy. Go the can't go. Carve victory in the dawn's horizon. Go myself. Your hopes and dreams made us amount to something because you won. Mm-hmm. One more thing, this is just my view and some guesses. I didn't want to leave it in this recording at first. But a good educated guess is no less valuable than a clear conclusion. Fortunately, I don't have time for utility, so I'll leave it to you, seekers, for tomorrow. Maybe this will help your work. I've been thinking about the logic behind the punishing virus's appearance. I doubt the zero-point energy itself could create the virus. There are no laws of physics that support its emergence. There's logic to every species and their place in the natural order. Sheep keep the amount of grass in check. Predators keep the number of sheep in check. What about the punishing virus? What role does it play in this order? As far as you can tell, the zero-point energy is the crucial condition for the punishing virus's existence. Personally, I prefer the theory that zero-point energy opened up halfway instead of creating the virus. Zero-point reactors are products of extremely complicated advanced physics and mathematics. On the other hand, the more advanced technology is, the more susceptible it is to the punishing virus. That is to say, a primitive civilization wouldn't have the chance to encounter it. The punishing virus would have crawled out of a furnace or a steam engine. Even if they did encounter it, as long as there was no electricity or digital devices, the punishing virus wouldn't have made a dent. No. At worst, it would have just been the Black Plague or something. Not as apocalyptic. Humans aren't tough enough to. Humans don't have the ability to connect, become ascendants, so all it would amount to would be another Black Death. The logical conclusion is obvious. The punishing virus targets highly advanced civilizations. It grows in a civilization like a parasite to keep in check, and if civilization is too sick to heal, it dies. That's right, an old cliché, the great filter of civilizations. The answer to Fermat's paradox. I don't have any proof, obviously. I haven't observed any other civilizations that were hit by the punishing virus. Our only sample is humankind. But maybe you'll have the chance to go further. So jot this guess down in your notes. I'll be very happy if it inspires you somehow. Shadows fall, the night is long, but the dawn will come. Go see the dawn for us. Finally. Everything we done was wrong, and I think our only mistake is our own weakness. Living things reproduce, civilizations expand. Since a monkey climbed down the tree 2 million years ago, humankind has been climbing up the food chain. We climbed up our hands and teeth at first. Then it was fire and spears, steam engines, combustion generators, computers. We were on top of Earth's food chain, so we started reaching for the stars. We take skin and flesh from animals, and we take resources from nature. We take energy from the sun, the wind, the tides. We take our hunger boundless just to feed our civilization. To go further, we built Babylonia. Traveling across galaxies requires a powerful spear and everything that's kickstarted the Industrial Revolution in the past. So we tried to surpass the sun and control zero-point energy. It might seem that everything is destroyed now because of it, but we will not bemoan our involvement. We only regret that we did not have completely conquered it. This will be my last journey entry. This is just tomorrow. March on. Do not look back. Do not stop. Do not regret. March on. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of the day. Rage against the dying of the light. The last journal of illustrious. Interlude, and the name of the hero is the next step, and then we'll be going to the hidden story of the last spark. Which, Orphan of Science, just call her Lamia, has to do with her Fissy, and reveal her backstory. But, so, the punching virus targets highly advanced civilizations like this. There's one more conclusion to follow this chain of logic, or that she didn't go into, but I think I'm going to touch on here. That means someone made it. There's no way it can be natural. She said it herself. The laws of physics do not support it generating ex nihilo. As a result, something created the punishing virus. What's the next chapter again? Shucks. Evernight Beat, Surviving Lusum. Last Bow, New Divide, Ruined Sea, Spiral of Kronos. 21. The implications here is obvious, though. There's an architect list. The punishing virus was not made ex nihilo. Some hand ushered it into being. Someone saw fit to answer Fermi's paradox with, I killed them all with the punishing virus. Or at least that's what it looks like right now. I might be ahead of you guys in the when it comes to my understanding of the lore. But I don't have all the deeper details yet. Especially not with the information coming over from the Chinese servers. Yeah, this is not natural in the slightest. We know someone made it, the only questions that remain then are obvious. The culprit, and why. Why, but I imagine those answers will only become clear much later on. Much later on. We only just got started the key to save the world, after all. The Omega file is going to change a fucking lot, I can confirm. Well, I'm going to guess that, but this isn't going to be a magic cure-all. It's going to take time, it's going to take work, and something like the fuckheads from those, maybe. I could see something like those guys as fuckheads. Still. Could be something like the kaiju makers, yeah? There's only one way to find out. And that does leave the question of why the hell does it make Why does it make ascendants? Why does it filter? If you were just going to kill everyone, it'd be much simpler to just have the virus just turn everyone into ascendant XPs, have them burn them out, have them explode, spread the Punishing virus more and more and more, until you get to the point where it's just choking out the atmosphere and nothing can survive. If the goal is mass genocide, then the methods don't add up. We're missing something. But it is late. It is 26 minutes after midnight. I'm going to be calling it quits here for tonight. Here tonight, folks. Thank you for all who came. Thank you for all who watched. I hope you had a great time. I'll be back. I'll hop onto Discord in a bit. I need to finish up my dailies. But we're definitely starting to get hints of the bigger picture, and I'm very interested in what we're seeing. The punishing virus voice, no less. More and more peculiar it becomes, but that's enough for me. Time to begin the stream stuff. Thank you all to everyone who came, yada yada yada. Schedule is on the site formerly known as Twitter. Roughly this time tomorrow, I'm like 9 p.m. to now, probably longer. Tomorrow, today, whatever time zones. I hope you ramble more. I'm going to probably poke you for data. But yeah. This Sunday, today, whatever terminology you want to use. I hate the flow of time. I'm going to be streaming more modded Minecraft. I'm going to be seeing if I can escape into space with the Parasite mod enabled. And well, I've buffed how far the mobs can see with the stealth mod. So even if I don't decide, and I'm considering turning off the stealth mod, so either way, the parasites are going to be a lot more perceptive next time, which means I'm going to be in a lot more danger. Smiles. Anyway, yeah, good night, everyone. Rest well. Close out.